Welcome, welcome. I'm just getting settled in. You guys stand by. What's happening? How you guys doing? We getting ready to start the first episode of the E and K show. But first, I just wanted to say hello to the nation. Make sure everybody's doing good. Hopefully, you guys had a good day. The brother I'm about to bring on is my co-host, my partner. You guys all know him very, very well. We're going to give him a minute here once we bring him on to talk, and the floor is going to be all his. So I like to bring out my co-host on the E and K show. You guys all call him the Rain Cloud, but I call him my motherfucking brother, my partner in crime, Mr. Earn, Westside Radio.
Hey, what's happening, Kush? How you doing, sir?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Shit, I can't call it, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting ready for episode 1. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way it's gonna go down, bro. So, how's your day going, bro? We're gonna start with the check-in. You know what I'm saying? How's your day going? What's new with you?
Shit, ain't nothing new, man. Just smoking some lemon cherry gelato.
Yes, sir.
Probably gonna go pick up some that shit they got cereal and milk. I'm gonna get some of that shit after the show.
Oh yeah.
We got a Warriors game tonight, and the A's game opening day tonight.
Oh man, Dodgers is. I see all the Dodgers fans going crazy right now too, man. I'm fucking with the A's and Giants, bro. I'm a Bay cat, man. But honestly, you really can't. You can't. It's like the Niners and 49ers, or it's like the Niners and Raiders, man. You can't really have both teams. You know what I'm saying? If y'all from the Bay, so it's rough.
That's fact. That's all fact.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that cereal milk, that's a good strain, bro. You can't go wrong with that one. That's
yes, sir.
You be knocking my ass out. That's the only problem with it. Well, let's see what we got in the chat. What'd you
say? Josh McDaniels contradicts report, says Jalen Carter remains on the team's draft board. So that report that came out earlier saying that we weren't gonna look at taking Jalen Carter, looks like that's bogus.
Mm-hmm. We already knew that though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
We just seen this shit so many fucking times where a motherfucker be out there be talking shit. Next thing you know, they that's my star player. They giving him a contract again. You know what I'm saying? Roger Goodell calling their name, and the fans is shocked. I'd rather have that than Cleveland Farrell again.
Right. Jalen Carter's generational, bro. You don't pass on that.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Stop. It's time to close your ears off and just look at what the screen is telling you on the tape on that dude.
Yep. And then you look at the Patriots coaches, their history, like they're not scared of no fucking red flags.
And why is that, Aaron? Why do you think that's the case, bro?
Because they know what to do with players like that. You know what I'm saying? They know how to keep them occupied and keep them focused and that type of shit. Hey, Kush, can you turn down that music a little bit? That motherfucking hella loud.
Is it banging on you? My bad. Hold on. Let me turn it down. My bad, bro.
I feel like I'm in the back of the car having to talk hella loud to the person next to me and shit.
There you go. How's it now? Is it better?
There you go. That's perfect.
All right, for sure. Yeah, man. We got to get some real music on here, but that's gonna come in due time. But
hey, I got some instrumentals for you.
I already know, bro. I was on your page looking at that Westside Radio. They took some of your shit down, though, huh?
I took down a whole bunch of my videos because they were all dissing Darrell and shit. And I made cool with Darrell, and I kind of felt bad for still having the videos up. I was like, I can't be cool with somebody while I still got hella videos, called them all kind of bitches and shit. So I kind of tried to go through and take down the worst ones and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that. When the war is over, man, you gotta pick up the bullets, bro. You gotta pick up the empty shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel that.
I left a few remnants just so just in case, just a little reminder.
Yeah, you got a flag on the ground. Yeah, I feel that. Hey man, salute to our chat, bro. We already got our chat popping, man. Everybody is coming in. Salute to all our NWA brothers. Yeah, man, we
You
got
see
Arthur in the
Raider
chat.
Ben, Big Worm, Wild Turkey.
Yep.
I see Terrence. Who we see? NorCal Jesse, Raider Nick. That's a new name. How you doing, sir? Appreciate you for
Yeah, what's
pulling
up,
up.
Nick? Never seen you before.
Aunt
Yeah,
Six,
man. Sebastian
Arkham.
said he's smoking on that hater pack.
Oh shit. Also, he's smoking
Yeah.
that Laker pack then.
Oh man, hey, that's that. Hey, Laker fans right now, man, they had a little bit of hope, and that shit is gone, man. It is gone, bro. I'm actually going to I'm going down to Portland tomorrow. I'm going to a Blazer game. I'm gonna go check out the Blazers and Kings.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Just to spectate, you know what I'm saying? It's down the road.
I
Boss
hear
Raider says, congratulations on the first episode. Appreciate you, Boss Raider. Appreciate you.
appreciate you.
What you saying, bro?
I hear Dame shut it down for the rest of the season.
Man, don't tell me that, bro. That's gonna be a waste of fucking tickets. God damn.
Let me see. Let me double check before I say that.
Shit. Damn. I'm gonna have to cancel. Now I already got the tickets though. It's gonna be worth. I'm gonna go anyway.
NBA Portland.
T said, "Stop listening to what Victor Ford has to say." Yeah, that's true, man. They got a lot to say right now. Them reporters is eating, bro. They is definitely trying to get they little stuff in, they little news feeds.
It looks like Dame's not even on the depth chart.
What? Damn, that nigga gone. Fuck.
Damian Lillard. He making $42 million this year. God damn. It
What?
says he's questionable. So I mean, I guess he. No. It says 2 days ago the report come out. Damian Lillard calf has been shut down for the remainder of the season.
Well, I guess that's that. I'll go see whoever they backup players are, the scrubs. Watch them get that ass whooped.
You got Jeremy Grant. You got some other dudes. You got some
Come
other
on,
names.
dog. Nah, I try to still see no fucking Jeremy Grant, bro.
I'm trying not to be the rain cloud.
Hey, man, you know what? It's your show, bro. You can do whatever the fuck you want, man. That's what we here for.
Hey, I like going on other people's show and fucking their show up.
Yeah, I know, man. Hey, you do it so well though, because people be flustered, bro, and then they don't know what to expect on our show. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Hey, really? I thought you was about to start it out with a fuck McDaniels, though. Real talk. I was waiting on it.
Oh shit! No, that's usually what I say as soon as I wake up. And you know, if that's what y'all want, hey, check this out. Fuck Josh McDaniels and everything he's standing for.
Hey, this is a good time.
Fuck his car. Fuck the horse he rode in on. Fuck his shoes. Nigga, fuck his True Religion pants. Nigga, fuck his polo shirt. Fuck that stupid ass visor he wear. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about his wife and his kids, but you know, shit, anything about him though. But don't he remind you of Bart Fart from How High, bro? Remember Bart, the Dooster dude, bro? Like you just want to beat his ass, bro. That's our coach, bro.
You know, it's got to be hard though, man. Going into like listening to what the people say about him, it sounds like he's an asshole too. Like he really, you know what I'm saying, judge everybody's position, talk about jobs that he's never held. You know what I'm saying, like the water boys, like the motherfucking cats that's holding the clipboards, and he looks like that too. It'd be one thing if it was Mike Tomlin and he's chewing your ass out. You know what I'm saying? He looked like Omar Epps. That's one thing. But to have this cat up in your face, bro, it's like, come on, man. But hey, he wins us the Super Bowl.
This dude,
we good. But I don't see it happening, man. I don't see it happening no time soon unless he can be able to really do like some Camp Anawana shit. Like he got to bring them to Oregon, to them little darkness retreats for the whole team, and everybody chill out for a bit.
Bro, I think he take the team to a retreat, bro. He ain't coming back. They gonna off that motherfucker.
Yeah. I can see that happening too.
I honestly feel like it's going to be tough treading trying to get anybody to come here and play for this team, bro, unless you draft them or you overpay them. But this regime's not going to overpay. I mean, who in their right mind would want to come here? Like Devontae Adams, I mean, I understand. Like at first I was looking at Devontae like, bruh, you're not asking to get up out of here, you tripping. But now I understand it's like he asked for a trade last year to get out of Green Bay. It's a really, really, really bad look for him to be asking for a trade 2 years in a row. He's going to look like super diva. I mean, T.O. never even did no shit like that.
You know, and I think what he's really doing is, if you look at what he's doing from like the bigger picture, with trying to get himself into the Hall of Fame and try and be considered some of the best. He's just putting his time into the nation. You know what I'm saying? And then the problem is that we hitting his prime years, and if we don't give him the opportunity that he needs, he's gone next season. He's gone.
We wasting his prime.
Yeah, we're wasting his prime. So I think that he's doing a real good justice by the Raider fans and by his loyalty to the Shield by fucking with us up to this point. But I think that if this regime don't give him the tools that he actually needs, it's not even really the tools. It's just the win-loss column. That's what he needs to see because he's gonna do his part.
Yeah. I mean, it's about his legacy. Do you want to play for the Raiders because you grew up liking them? You know what I mean? And make your money and be happy with that? Or do you want to go somewhere where you can actually win, make your money, and have the opportunity to go to the Hall of Fame and be decorated with gold rings and, you know what I'm saying, gold and diamonds and, you know what I mean, all of these things that go down as like, you know, possibly the best ever. I mean, because he has the potential, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I mean, if he gets the defense around him this next, I would say 2-3 years. I was listening to something earlier it's gonna really tick you off, bro. It sounds like Ziegler or they call him Meg Ziegler. The press is even calling him Meg Ziegler. The Victor Four, they're calling him Meg Ziegler. They're attached at the hip. They're saying that they're there for the long run. Like they got a long-term plan in place, and we just got to sit back and watch whatever they got cooking up.
I mean, that's a valid point because whatever they got cooking up, if Mark Davis says that's what it is, then I mean that's what it is. We kind of like, you know, gotta. I don't know. I want to say get on board because I just can't get on board with this dude, bro. I can't.
I know, dog. I know. And you know what? You got to be true to yourself though, because if you said it originally, it's not like you're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, dick riding and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm jumping on the bandwagon." No, your team is winning, but you just state the obvious about your concerns where other people are. I mean, I'm super positive about the team. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I don't have to explain it to you, but we're gonna be loyal to a fault. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
we also have the, you know what I'm saying, the fortitude in us not to, you know what I'm saying, lie to people if we gonna have a straight up conversation about it. And that's what the E&K show I think was gonna be about. And bro, I tell you what, man, it's gonna always come down to the win-loss column. I really want to see something that generationally I haven't seen in a long time, which is linebacker talent. And it don't look like we getting that shit no time soon. Like that's one of the biggest issues. Raider Nick got a question right here. He said he likes, or he had a statement. He likes Anthony Richardson at pick number 7. What's your thoughts on that, bro?
I just don't know. You know what? You know why that makes sense is because when Josh McDaniels went to Denver, he got rid of Cutler, which is a car type of quarterback, and what did he bring in? The athletic running quarterback from the University of Florida. What is Anthony Richardson? The athletic running type quarterback from the University of Florida. So I mean, that's why that like makes total sense. It's just if Jalen Carter is there, bro, and you pass up on Jalen Carter, I'm completely fucking done, bro. Yeah. I'm completely done if they don't take Jalen Carter and they have a chance to. Now, if he goes, you know, in the top 6 and we just don't have a chance, it is what it is. But if we pass on him and he's on the board, bro, I'm done, bro. That means these motherfuckers ain't even trying to win.
I mean, the reports are out that, like we talked about, I think that all that shit is smoke and mirrors until you're on the clock. And then your job is on the line. I think so too. You know, when you're talking about your job on the line, you want to win. I don't give a damn what the press says. You know, you're gonna take the best player available.
Right.
I want to see Richardson in the silver and black. I've always have. You know what I'm saying? It's been a lot of negative stuff that's come out about his accuracy. I think that if he's on the board and CJ Stroud is gone, I would take him over Bryce Young just because of his athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? Bryce Young is a generational talent as well, but I think there's more question marks about his durability than it is about Richardson's accuracy and if he can be able to be a QB in the league. You know what I'm saying? So if he comes out and he's available at 7, I would definitely look at either him or Carter. If Carter's available, I'm taking Carter over anybody. But if Carter's gone and Richardson's available, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad if the Raiders take him.
Are you taking Richardson over possibly Christian Gonzalez?
That's a very good opportunity that I would probably say
That's a tough
Let's
one.
let's look at what we got in depth versus quarterback, and then we got Jimmy G, right? So it's like, do you take Jimmy G and let him start without any backup, without having the insurance policy of a Richardson for a cornerback? This is what I'll say is that from what I've seen, all of the cornerbacks that's in the draft right now, we can get them late in the draft. So if we need to find some talent or some size, we can find some unknown people in the cornerback position late in the draft. If Richardson's there ain't no other Richardson late in the draft. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna either get him or wait later on and get like a Jake Hayner. You know what I'm saying? And so I could see where that would be a real big, fail if unless Christian Gonzalez. The two corners that I'm big on is Christian Gonzalez, and I like that Witherspoon cat out of Illinois. He's cold. But if it's between them and Richardson, I'm gonna take Richardson and I'm gonna go get me a corner later on in the draft. What about you?
I don't know because while Richardson is enticing and everything, I think that really, I think McDaniels wants a Richardson, right? But I think the better fit for McDaniel's system is going to be the fucking quarterback from Stanford, McKee.
Yeah, the big dude. Yeah, the big fella. And also, and Levis too, bro.
Man, I don't want to say I don't like Levis, but my man SC Experience, Eric, he hates Levis, and he convinced me that Levis is trash. So I can't do it with that one.
There's a lot of reports out about his mental is what sets him apart from everybody else this year. Is that they were out there giving him options, and they give him one correction, and he comes back the next play and he corrects it. So if we want to do that, if Jimmy G goes down and we need a cat that's going to be like, bruh, go out there and go run this offense like this. He would be the guy. I hate saying that because I really don't like him personally with all the weird shit that he does in his outside of the stadium, you know what I'm saying, with the coffee and the bananas and all that shit. But if he can be able to follow instruction, you know what? I was looking at a report that talks about the Niners versus the Raiders offense and how they were ran. And so Mike Shanahan's offense is completely different from what Josh McDaniels would run, right? So Josh McDaniels supposedly gives the quarterback a couple of different options at the line of scrimmage, as opposed to Kyle Shanahan's offense, where the center is usually the shot caller in the offense. He looks at what the coverage is, he calls the offense, and then the quarterback just basically goes out there and just throws short. You know what I'm saying? Gunslings it. They have two options. You can either go option A, option B, and you can go from there. So what they were looking at with Jimmy G is that he wanted more opportunity like what he saw with McDaniels previously, because McDaniels has a little more options on the offense, and he can be able to run the system as like a point guard. And that's what he's used to coming out of college. I guess the college that he went to, Eastern Illinois, they call it basketball on field, on dirt. And so the quarterback is basically just getting to the right person that's open. He doesn't make any, great, offensive, playbook type of moves, but they'll make moves based off of whoever's open really, really quick and making those, keep on moving the chains and keep them going besides the big, deep plays. So, if we're looking at someone that's going to fit our system, that's going to be a little bit like that, but gives us options, we want a smart dude. And I hate to say it, but Levis may be one of those guys that they may be really big on just because of his ability to pick up that type of shit,
Mm-hmm. Man, give me the dude from Stanford, bro. Give me the key.
Hey, he's from Stanford. He's smart too. So like I said,
exactly my point. Like you can't be no dummy and go to Stanford. It's impossible.
Yeah, and most of the talent that's been coming out of Stanford has been hitters too. At least if anything, if they're solid backups, they've been starters, and they've been preparing for the NFL as soon as they get to Stanford, and they can play different positions as well too. You look at, Richard Sherman, he was a wide receiver that turned cornerback out of there. Very, very highly educated talent. You look at Christian McCaffrey, So I like players from Stanford, especially if they're big and athletic. And I'd rather take big and athletic that has some brains on them to replace Jimmy G if and when he goes down.
You already know that's going to happen. I hope it doesn't, but
I know
what I'm saying.
Yeah. We gotta just look at the stats. So also in San Francisco, You know what I mean? They had a lot of injuries too. So a lot of their players was down, just not the quarterback. So, I mean, if he does show that history, I mean, it would show an athletic ability, and it looks like he can be able to get out of the pocket. So if we protect him, we get him a line, and just make sure that at least he's protected for the majority of those games before he goes down. There's no non-contact injuries. That's what I'm really worried about. Is once he's outside that pocket, he has the opportunity to get rocked, and it's history.
What you mean we got to go get him a line? I thought we already had a top 10 offensive line. Isn't that what everybody's been telling us? We got a top 10 offensive line?
Listen, bro. Did you see that line last year? I know you saw that line last year.
Man, that's what I'm saying, bro. They don't pass the eye test. I don't give a fuck what the analytics say.
Look, I'll say one thing is that with all the injuries, with all the replacements, one thing that a lot of people forget about is the Denzel Good retirement. You know what I mean? And we had a solid line that looked like it was going to be there on paper. You know what I'm saying? And then he saw this shit and was like, hey, man, I'm getting the fuck out of here. So when we started seeing our veterans, retire, we forgot at the beginning of the season, he dropped off. So looking at him, also looking at the way that we drafted, basically last year, our regime drafted 2 offensive linemen, 2 defensive tackles, and 2 running backs, right? So I think that, you know what I'm saying? So going into this past season, our line was just brand new, and they weren't working together. And then we had Parker out there, who is an Illuminor. I'm not big on Illuminor
at all.
I'm not big on him, and I think that Colton Miller, he's good, but he had some really really rough patches this past season.
Colton Miller looked like booty cheeks this year, bro. I mean, we all know that's not normally characteristically him. You know what I'm saying? He's usually very solid. I would say top 6 at his position. But this year, I don't know what the fuck that was. I know that shit better come together going into this season if we want to do anything at all.
Here's what I was thinking, Ern, and I've been looking at some of the tape. You know what I think was going on was I think there was a conflict in the play calling. I think that it was like they had one phone, and Derek Carr seemed like he knew what phone number it was to dial. Josh McDaniels knew what phone number to dial, and they were going back and forth with the phone. And Colton Miller got confused. He didn't know what the play was because of the audibles that was at the line, because he was trying to pick up and adapt a brand new offense as well too. So I think that affected his position as well. And also, there was a couple games where he just got flat out punked, which was embarrassing for us. And Andre James too.
Dylan Parham, Cam Hayward, bad look.
So I think that, I don't know, man. I think that he's in the line this year. I just don't want to see that going in the high draft pick, though. That's the last thing I want to see.
And they're talking about we could be taking the dude out of Northwestern, the Peter Skoranek dude.
That'd be a bad call.
I mean, honestly, it would actually be a good call, but I just feel like there's going to be other players on the board at our positions of need that should be addressed before that spot should be addressed.
Yeah, if there's talent on the board like Jalen Carter, and we left him on the board because of character, and we took this tackle, I wouldn't be happy with that.
That'd be like missing out on Calvin Johnson. It's the same thing.
You'd have to get me a rain cloud over here too, because I would be pissed. I really would.
I'm telling you. You know who I compare Jalen Carter to? I know they play different positions. I compare him to Randy Moss. He's a generational talent like that with just a little bit of a red flag. You know what I mean? Randy Moss went to the NFL. I mean, yeah, he might have been an asshole in the showboat and all that shit, but he never really had like no big shit. He didn't go to that I can remember. I don't remember him going to jail or nothing like that. What did he have some shit like where he whooped his kid or some shit like that? Was that him? Or that was Adrian Peterson, huh?
That was that was Peterson, but Moss was domestic violence.
Okay, he whipped his girlfriend or some shit with a belt.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe. Well,
what's up? You good?
God damn.
Yeah, man, I got him as a pup. That's Raider Mando.
That nigga bigger than Eric, bro.
Oh man, yeah, that boy go crazy, man. What's up, man? You good? Yeah, he going crazy. But no, man, I think if if we can get this line, if we can have a serious conversation about the line, that'll really be what we need. Because this line right now is not going to hold up for Jimmy G for too long.
You mean it's not a top 10 offensive line?
It's not a top 10 offensive line, bro.
Okay. I just want to hear somebody else say it, because I've been banging that drum and nobody want to listen to me. Everybody want to pull out the analytics and shit. And I'm like, bro, I don't give a damn what your numbers say.
Nah, I tell you what, it was a top 10 offensive line statistically last season based off of how they finished. Because we had one of the best running backs in the league that was recovering and getting us out of there, and he had one of the highest tackle break
missed tackles.
Yeah, missed tackles. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he was getting the full coverage of protection that he needed. Like if you look at, he was getting basically the Derrick Henry treatment. Derrick Henry is a talent. You can put him on any place, and he can be able to go and get a rushing title, or at least be in the top 10 in rushing any year. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter what the line is. So I think if anything we saw is that Josh Jacobs has the ability to be at least that type of caliber talent. And if we just give him a little bit of help too, that'll help stress us out a little bit even less.
But now it's like free agency season already went by. All the good players are gone. You got to look for the draft now. And we're so depleted on defense. This whole draft has to go to defense. So I don't see where we have anywhere to squeeze in an offensive lineman unless we pull off a trade or find a gem somewhere late in the draft. But I feel like our whole 1, 2, 3, 4, all of our first round, second round, third round, and first round picks all need to go on defense.
Hey, all of my mock drafts, I have us taking. We got to get defensive tackle early on. We got to address that issue early on in the draft. If we don't, there's no talent left on the line. I mean, there may be a couple cats from that Brian Breesy cat, but after that, there's nothing left. So if we can be able to get that, like I said, there's depth in cornerback. We can be able to get some corners that's going to be half decent. That's physical. There's a cat from Purdue. I forget his name. He's 6'3", about 206, but he showed out in the draft. He ran a 4.40, big physical cat. He can get interceptions. They said that they quoted Shaq on, I guess one time somebody came up to Shaq and said, "Sorry, I didn't know who you was. I didn't know you had talent like that," because they saw how tall he was. This dude he's a towering corner, bro. He got big old mitts. He can get the interceptions, but he has speed. And he can cover man and press coverage. So I like him a lot, or man and zone. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he can be able to get probably like a 5th or 6th round, you know what I'm saying, pick going his way, and we can get that dude.
Well, shit. Okay, sounds good to me.
There's another one, Rajon Wright he's from Oregon State, and he was on Last Chance U. If you go back and look at the Oakland one,
Laney College.
Yeah. I
went to Laney College.
What? I used to run track out there. I used to always be running at Laney College. McClymonds was the shit, bro. McClymonds is one of the most athletic high schools I have ever seen.
Bro, their football team right now is killing shit.
Really? Damn. They always do, though, right? That ain't surprising. That ain't surprising at all.
They recruit from motherfuckers from all around the Bay and shit. It's motherfuckers from Vallejo that go out there to go to school at Mac just for their football program.
What?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember they used to talk about their running backs, bro, when they would get tackled, and they were known for just keeping their legs going. After they would get hit, everybody, man, hey, you can't stop them cats. Man, they just keep on moving their legs even after they hit. They just always running, you know. So, yeah, shout out to
McClymonds. Well.
Very, very, very taught well. Very, very well coached. And they do all types of sports, too. They show up on the track team. They show up on the football squad, basketball, all that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where Rajon Wright is from. He's out of Oregon State, and I think he'll probably be like a 4th or 5th round. You could probably get him like maybe later on like the 6th. But we definitely need a corner. We definitely need some corner, and there's, like I said, not a lot of talent, but the size and the type of skill that we need is going to be good. Like, who was our cornerbacks last year that really showed out? We didn't really have any.
Rock Ya-Sin was solid for us. I don't remember him giving up a lot of touchdowns. I remember him getting flagged on personal fouls. I mean, pass interferences. I don't remember hearing his name a whole lot. That tells me that he was pretty solid.
Yeah, I remember he had a couple penalties, but has he signed? He hasn't signed with another team yet.
I don't know. Let me see.
I don't think he has. Cash Alert Raider said Adam is a diehard Raider fan. He living the dream. Yes, that is true. Salute Omar. Salute Afakazi. Man, good to see you.
It doesn't look like he's signed anywhere. What up, Omar? What up, Afakazi? I don't think Rocky Sin's coming back to play for us. I don't think he likes Josh McDaniels. I don't think anybody likes Josh McDaniels. Bro, I don't think Josh McDaniels likes Josh McDaniels.
Get it out, bro. Hey, I'll tell you what, this is your monologue, man. This your chance to get it out, Ern. This your own show, bro. Ain't nobody gonna interrupt you.
Man, I know, but Kush, you don't say nothing stupid to trigger me like Ben and fucking Dirty Low do and Gravy. These motherfuckers, I think they sleep on this shit all night and be like, you know what? In the morning, I'm gonna say this to Ern to make him go off.
I mean, you know, it makes for good you know what I'm saying, good news, bro. It does, man. It keeps you on your toes.
I know. I wake up in the morning and be like, what can I say to piss off Ben today?
Bruh, and you know what? And every time it works, man. Every time it works. But that just goes to show you like how broad of a spectrum we're at in the nation, because you're not wrong and neither is Ben. I mean, in reality, neither one of y'all is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna make for good commentary, because we're gonna look back on this and be like, damn, man, like last year somebody was tripping. One of the sides was tripping. And if we go off of what the Vegas numbers is giving us, and this is the one thing too, man. Like
7.5.
Bro, that's why I don't want to get excited and be too optimistic. But
I'm going under. We getting 6 wins, bro. 6 wins. Have you seen our opponents this year?
Hey, count them out, bro. Let's go for it.
Let me pull them up so I can make sure that I don't misconstrue and get anything wrong.
Big Worm just said he agreed with you on some shit. That is all right.
Oh, Big Worm always agree with me. he know Ernest always right.
Yep. Shout out to Big Worm.
Wait, 2023 opponents. It is 2023 opponents.
Yeah.
So, of course, we get our AFC West rivals. Oh, hold on. I can just pull up the picture. Here we go. So, at home, we get Denver, Kansas City, San Diego, of course. And then we get a... God damn, is that the Jets or is that the Eagles? That's the Jets. The Jets are going to be much improved. So, we start off right there. That's already, like, most likely an L.
Yep.
Then we look at the Packers. Normally, the Packers would be an automatic L for us, but we don't know what that team is going to look like until after the draft. We have like absolutely no idea, because we don't even know if Rodgers is going to be there or if he's not, which changes everything. So that's we can't say what's going to happen with that game. Then we play the New England Patriots. After we beat them the way that we did, you think Bill Belichick is going out like that? You going out like a sucker to Josh McDaniels twice in a row? Bro, I think not.
Okay, so that's 4 losses right there, right?
So I say Denver's going to be a loss, because everybody thinks Denver's going to be a fucking walkthrough this time. This year, Denver's not going to be no punk, bro. Sean Payton with Russell Wilson is going to be a problem. So I'm counting that as an L. KC is an automatic L. And I think San Diego, I'm going to give us the benefit of the doubt and say we split. So we're 2-1 and 2 right there. Then you got the Jets. We're losing that one. So now we're 1-3. The Packers, I'll give us the benefit of the doubt and say we win. So we're 2-3. Then you got the Patriots. We're 2-4. Then we got the Vikings at here in Vegas. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, depending on what they do in the draft, because I could see them trading up and being the shock of the draft, honestly, and taking somebody in the first round. I don't know what their draft stock is looking like right now, but they don't really have anybody to trade in capital. But I could see them trading up to getting a quality player. And then they got Jefferson out there too, or they end up getting a player maybe like a good running back or shorten up their defense and getting a player like Carter if he drops. They can trade up and see that value. Because he ain't gonna be driving fast in that fucking snow in in Minnesota, bro. He gonna have to go slow. I think Ern froze. He'll tap back in. Hey, MG, good to see you, bro. He said, salute to the panel. Robert Pena says, free stand. Omar Juarez says, if they pass on Carter, I'm hopping on the train and enjoying the rainstorm with Ern for real. Hey, man. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get Ern back. Looked like the rainstorm got over his cloud right there and cut off his reception. So you guys got me. We're gonna go through the chat. Yeah, looks like Holly in the house. What's going on, Holly? How you doing? Hey, yeah, it is opening day on baseball. Who's your guys' favorite baseball team? Like I said, for me, I grew up in the Bay, so during different eras, I had different favorite baseball teams. I was a huge baseball fan growing up, but I love the Giants. I love the A's. I wouldn't say equally, but I'm a huge Giant fan. Salute, Michael. Happy birthday. Hey, MG, man. We almost forgot. Happy birthday to you, brother. I think, what is this year? Your 62nd birthday? Something like that? No, I'm just kidding. But not for real, salute to you, bro. I hope that all of you guys that had a B-Day recently. I know Prez had one. MG had one. T had one. So, yeah, man, happy birthday to you guys. Happy birthday. Salute Arkin. Hey, what's going on, Loon? He said, even if Carter ain't there, go CV, go cornerback. Yeah, I know that you big on taking Christian Gonzalez from Oregon. I would be good with that. I would definitely be good with taking Christian Gonzalez if he's available. He's gonna shore up our position at the cornerback for a long time. I do like Witherspoon though, but there's some questions on him though. If we had a solid and stable coaching staff, I would gamble on Richardson, but we don't, so let's stay away. Hey, Joe, I feel you on that. Like I said, we were just talking about that too. I mean, if we do have a solid coaching staff, which we'll find out in due time, we just don't know. We don't know what they're going to be looking like here next season. I mean, they could have the people that they want and the crew and the roster that's going to listen, which is what we're all hoping for. So if they're there and they're available and they have the people that are healthy, let's see what happens. That's the optimism in me talking. So what's going on, Queen Raiderette? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. What's going on, Raphael? Yeah, he said a good day for baseball. Yep. All right, y'all. I think that rain cloud is over. It's good timing to bring back my co-host and my brother, Mr. Ern.
Bro, I'm about to choke the shit out of one of these cats, bro. These motherfuckers unplugged my internet in the middle of the stream. Oh, man.
Hey, I'm
about to be a homeless cat.
Hey, that's why I'm Batman to your Robin, bro. You know what I'm saying? When the Batmobile shut down, I know how to keep it going. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Kept the folks entertained, you know. Hey, salute to MG. Hey, his new nickname is Mamba MG. He's the Lot Lizard King. Salute to you, bro. It's your birthday. We got
Figueroa gang. Happy birthday, MG.
we got the Queen in there. All hail the Queen. Salute to you,
What
Raiderette.
up, Queen?
We got Lunatic in the house.
Loon.
We got Pena.
Where's Stan at though? We don't want to see Loon, bro. Where's Stan at though?
Hey, they trying to get you fired up, bro. Look, Dirty on here, man. He playing Morgan Freeman right now. They're passing on Carter because they found out some things about him.
Nigga, dirty. There's a report from fucking Pro Football Talk like 20 minutes ago before we started the show saying, I'll give you the exact thing what it says. Josh McDaniels contradicts report, says Jalen Carter remains on team's draft board. It's just a bunch of bullshit floating around the internet, bro. I mean, I know that we don't have nothing else to go by than what we see, but, bro, that report, I mean, honestly, we won't really know until draft day. All we can do is speculate. But I say it's, bro. They took Christian Barmore last year, didn't they? Was that last year or the year before? They took Christian Barmore. Same kind of
I
red
think that
flags,
was
right?
yeah. Damn, I forgot about that one. That's a good one. Christian Barmore. Hey, I guess we just got to find out. Hey, what did Dirty say? Remember what Dirty said when this shit first came out? He was the first one that was like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna wait until all the details come out before I make a decision." It came out like on a Thursday or Friday, and this nigga was like, "I'm gonna wait until Monday until all the details come out." Now he's talking about, "Hey, man, there's some shit that may be out there." So I'm gonna take the dirty approach, the 1.0 dirty approach, and I'm gonna wait until all the dirt come out about what happened. But even then, bro, the media is a motherfucker, man. Like it just goes to show every year how powerful the mainstream media is and how powerful these fucking agents and some of these GMs and how shady some of these. You see what the head coach of the Lions was talking about?
What do you say?
Oh, he said the same thing that Dirty said, something like that. But he was like, "Hey, he basically said like, hey, I talked to the nigga roommate, and I found out some shit." And he didn't say if it was good or bad shit. He just said basically, I found out some shit, and he just left it at that, I believe, right? So it's like you could take that as either negative information about the kid or positive information. Because what I found out, because I did my research, is that did you know that his defensive tackle, his teammate that was on the line, because he's already got the what is it, the when you get sponsored with the what's that shit called, bro? The NIA, NIL or whatever. You basically get sponsored. You know what I'm saying? So he gets his own sponsorship deal in college. So he gets
Oh,
his
okay.
bag. Yeah, so he already gets his bag in college, right? So his teammate didn't have the same type of sponsorship deal. So he paid for all of his teammates' college expenses.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that shit don't come out. So I mean, as we talk about all the negative shit about bruh and the positive shit, we also got to look at, all right, yeah, there's also reports out that he was speeding, he was going down the street at a high rate of speed, you know what I'm saying, during school zones and on the highway. And then I saw the video where the cop basically pleaded with him and said, "Man, please tell your teammates, I'm cutting you a break, but I'm attacking on all these tickets. Please slow the fuck down." He's just turning 21 years old. Like, just take a second, think back when you were 21 years old and where you were at. And just imagine that you're going to be getting $40 million in upfront money, because that's what's on the line. Several millions of dollars up front, and you got people that's already put money in your pocket, and you don't have to make it to the NFL to be a millionaire. And he's taking care of his teammate. He's just turning 21. He's wilding out. His teammate and his girlfriend, who was the trainer, a chick, was driving the car. It was a lady that was driving the car, and the teammate was in the car as well too. So, I mean, now he dropped in the draft because he gained some weight. He's stressed out. So there's probably going to be some more shit that comes out, because from the way that his combine looked, it didn't look like a motherfucker that was just grieving for whatever was going on. So Dirty may have a point. He may be having some other shit.
The
You already
combine
know.
looked bad.
Yeah, his pro day. You already know when a motherfucker got some shit on their soul, bro, like that's going to carry heavy into their combine or until they fit the outer results. So we got to wait and see what else is going to come out about it.
That can be worked out though. You get the right therapist, you know what I mean? You don't even got to use medication. You get the right therapist, bro, you know what I'm saying? You be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And that,
I'm not trying to be blowed over like you be okay, but like, you know what I'm saying? It can be worked through.
yep. And I mean, you never know what that may do to a player afterwards. That may turn him into, what did it do for Ray Lewis? You know what I'm saying? He went through his shit. He turned into he was a talent, but mentally and his leadership stood a lot more clout when he was able to say, "Hey man, follow me over into this dark," you know what I'm saying, cloud.
I've been through the fire. Take my
Yeah, I've
advice. You
been
know what I
here.
mean?
Yeah. So I
Exactly.
mean, he could possibly turn that with the hopeful. It'll say he does come to the Raiders and he has that leadership of Max Crosby behind him, and he got a dude that, hey, he's been through the fire. He's seen that. He's going through some shit. If he does have a locker room that's going to be able to, embrace him, it's going to be all on Max Crosby. It's going to be a conversation probably that the head coach and the regime is going to be saying, "Look, Max, hey, if we're going to bring this guy in, are you going to be able to handle this responsibility having a new wife, a new baby? You know what I'm saying? We know football comes first, but hey, we fathers too, and we know how much that can be stressful. Are you going to be able to take a call at 3 o'clock in the morning, you go pick your homeboy up? Or are you going to be like Derek Carr, who supposedly the reports say that he didn't answer the phone or whatever happened? You know what I'm saying? So that's where you have to look at like the long term. What do you have around players like that? Because that motherfucker may end up doing some dumb shit, and we have to babysit his ass. And if we're promoting him now, then we have to always look at the bad side of him too.
I mean, I didn't hear that about Derek Carr, that he didn't take the call.
Yeah, I was talking to Dirty about that a couple weeks back. I never heard that until I talked to him about it, but that is what supposedly happened. And also, there's a player line that you can call through the NFL to get you a ride. It was down that night.
Bro, there's Uber, bro. What do I do? What do I do if my car breaks down? I go on my app and get, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, exactly. But I mean, that goes to show you how some of these guys, they just don't have that frontal cortex. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that with them. They don't have that with them to be able to say, hey, I need to do this, because they're egotistical. They may have head injuries. They may have a lot of shit going on.
I think they're spoiled athletes. They come from these big ass name colleges. Like Jalen Carter's coming from Georgia, which is the #1 college in the country. Henry Ruggs is coming from Alabama, which was the #1 college in the country. These guys are treated like motherfucking. So they're treated like Michael Jackson on the campus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
So it's like they really feel like they actually are invincible when they're under that umbrella of that university. Now, when you step outside into the real world, it's a different game. You know what I mean? You gotta live like how we do.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, especially you get some money, and we're starting to see that more with these NIL deals. They're starting to get that money in their pocket, and you can see with the reports that's coming out, how many times has that happened throughout college? I mean, I can guarantee you that's happening right now on some college campus. There's some dude that's the big dog on campus, and they're wilding the fuck out, having a good ass time, and you could probably pull a report on any single player. You know what I'm saying? It depends on how much talent you got as to how much bullshit they're gonna bring down on you. You know what I mean? And they always can find something on you. These NFL people, man, this is a multi-billion-dollar company. You know what I'm saying? The industry. You don't think they pay to be able to monitor these kids since they're like probably in high school? If they're that type of talent, they're gonna be monitoring your ass at least in college.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You see what Loon said? He said that report about the Raiders taking Carter off the board. He thinks that's BS. I agree.
I think it's BS too. How can you take somebody that talented off the board and you're gonna come out and say it? Like, really? Who does that?
I think it's a good tactic. But if it's me in that boardroom, I'm saying, hey, I'm telling Victor Ford, all of them motherfuckers, Vinny Bonsignore, hey, look, I need y'all to say this and say that.
Just dawned on me. What's the draft order?
Let's see. We got the Panthers, the Texans, I think the Bears.
I want to see who's picking right after us.
Oh no, the Cardinals. The Cardinals is 3. Oh, who's picking right after us at 8?
Atlanta, Chicago, Philly, Tennessee. So I think what it is that the Raiders know that one of those teams have their eye on Jalen Carter, and they don't want them to trade up to get above us to get him. So that's why we're like, you know what? We're not even tripping off him. We're not even looking at him. So in that way, Chicago won't want to jump up ahead of us and like trade with Seattle or Detroit and get him. If we act like we're not interested in him at all, then nobody's going to want to move up for him. They'll think that he's going to slide to him at 8, 9, or 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that could be the psychology behind it.
That's going to be the best tactic for him.
I think Atlanta would be a good. They would go up for Jalen Carter, and he's a hometown product too from University of Georgia. Atlanta's in Georgia. That's a fit.
What was it with Larry Tunsil? Remember what they did with him?
I remember that his stepdad did some fuck shit.
Yeah, because they wanted him. Where did he end up going? He went to Miami, right?
Yeah, I think he did go to Miami. I know he's with the Texans now, though.
Yeah, he dropped, and then the same thing happened with Micah Parsons. They were saying that he was roughhousing or something like that. He was beating up teammates or some shit like that. Wasn't something that came out that he dropped to the Cowboys, or did the Cowboys straight up to get him?
Bruh, he's generational like Jalen Carter. That's another example I was using for Jalen Carter. You don't pass on this dude.
Yep.
You just don't. And if you do, that tells your whole fan base that we're not really trying to win.
Yep.
And I'm tired of us building from the outside in. We're always trying to build from the outside in. Take corners and safeties, fucking wide receivers. You know what I mean? You got to build from the inside out. Defensive tackles, middle linebackers, safety, and then build everything out from there.
I mean, we haven't had a good defensive interior line in a long time. It's been a long time.
Last time we had a really stout one was fucking when we had Darrell Russell.
Yep. That was about it.
Hey, highlight what Gabe said.
Where is he at? Man, I got to get caught up in the chat. There's a lot of people in the chat. Was it fresh? Woo.
They said first they wouldn't hesitate. Then he's out. Then he's off our board. Now McDumbass is saying he's not off. According to him, it's all BS smokescreen, so no one knows what they're.
Oh, what?
Do. Yeah.
Damn. Bro, we got so many comments in the chat, bro. I gotta. My God. I'm just gonna post these. If you got something you want to bring up about why you
how are you neglecting the chat,
bro? It's so many. I'm trying to keep up with them. Everybody's active. I thought Benthanator went to sleep. He's still up in there too.
Benther, let's see. Today's Thursday. He should be getting ready to go to work.
Yeah.
Go get your fucking shine box, Ben.
Hey, like I said, that may be a reason why we really putting these reports out, though. We're going to find out, and it's going to lose a lot of credibility with the press. I mean, if there's any credibility left. Is there anybody in the nation that you would trust with your news, like outside of, you know what I'm saying, us? Is there anybody, like I said, for the Raiders press that you just really fuck with?
I take everything with a grain of salt. I hear some shit and be like, okay. But then, like, I'll do my research and, like, if I see a report saying one thing, I'll look on the internet, and if I see like 3 or 4 other reports like saying the same thing, then I'll be like, okay, now it's true. You know what I mean? But if I just hear one from anywhere, I don't care how credible they are, I'd still look at it like, well, so-and-so is saying this and this, but I don't know how true it is yet.
I mean, I try to take it with a grain of salt because, like I said, we're gonna find out this year if who's full of shit and who's not. Because a lot of these cats, we're finding out with this report, like Gabe just talked about. This was a smoke and mirror tactic. If it sounded like it's gonna be coming true.
You know what? You know who's usually right though? I'm not gonna lie to you. It is not a big name like on Twitter, but he's on Instagram. Raiders Scout. He fucks with Mount Skidmore, but dude be on point. Like a lot of his shit is spot on, bro.
Yep. That is true. Hey, no matter what, you usually see him first on your news feed. You know what I mean? And his information sound like it be coming from the sources or a reliable source, and he won't mention it unless it's fact. So we already know what that deal is with him, though. You know what I'm saying, and what's going down with that. But yeah, man, you can't knock talent. Again, he's like their Jalen Carter. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, Loon said being under influence doesn't help your judgment either. Yeah. He wasn't. Hey, the thing about it, he wasn't drunk too. Oh, you talking about? Okay, I know you're talking about. Yeah, he's talking about what you call it. Ruggs. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think if we do get it, like I said, get Carter, he's going to be that talent that we can't mess up. What do you think about Kancey too?
Don't really know a lot about him. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really done my research on him. Because I was only looking at like Jalen Carter because I'm like, bro, it's either him, Will Anderson, or fuck it.
I tell you what, man, his hands are quick, bro. His hands are quick. He's fast. He reminds me a lot of Aaron Donald. I mean, I know they went to the same school. They're undersized. A lot of people
Oh,
are saying
dude
it.
from Pitt. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, he's a beast too.
Yep.
I forgot his name, but I remember. Yeah, as soon as you said Pitt, yeah. Okay.
Yep. All eyes ain't in. He said age don't matter. He said he's out for him. And then Gabe said the cop in that video said that's a problem on the street. The cop said I just pulled you over. And your team okay, so it was his teammate as well too that he pulled over and gave him that warning.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And they going off in the chat. Yeah, they all. So they, Finger said he can't remember being 21.
Milk and Beezy. My bitch acting like a lush boy. Who else could go wrong? And my bitch acting like a lush boy. What else could go wrong? Somebody done kicked the extension cord out there. Y'all can be some clumsiest motherfuckers to the sounds. Now it's on. Y'all done fucked up. Yeah, bro, that's my shit, my nigga. DJ Quick, nigga, pitching on a party, my nigga.
Shout out to Omar. Shout out to Omar.
Minds and we balling. So come on, everybody.
Yep.
That's my shit.
Hey, Quick, shout out to Omar for that one, for that little tune, man. He be hitting some classics, bro. He hit me with a blood in, blood out reference the other day. And I was like,
oh,
what
shit.
is that? Yeah, man. Hey, T said he never takes what Vic says. I don't know. Man. Can't trust shit with him. All smoke screen. Yep.
It is smoke screen. I think they're taking Jay. If he's there, they better take him or I'm completely done, bro. I thought,
man, I thought that they were going to end up doing some shit with trades too. I mean, one thing you can't deny is that Ziegler is active during the trades. Last year, what he made I think 3 to 5 trades during the season or during the draft.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's going to do the same thing. I think he's going to be active.
I know they better do something to build that defense, bro, because we can't go into the season with the defense looking like that. I still wonder, even if we address defensive tackle, what we going to do at middle linebacker? You can't have a rookie middle linebacker and a rookie defensive tackle starting at the same time. One at least needs to be more experienced than the other, preferably the middle linebacker. So I'm thinking veteran middle linebacker. That's what we're going to have to get. Because he can make sure that whole defensive line is lined up correctly. You have to get somebody like that. Denzel Perryman was that guy, but he's gone now. We can't talk about him. I mean, the other one that was an ideal fit was Bobby Wagner. Because he would know how everybody's supposed to be lined up. He would have the resume to get everybody to believe in him. Again, that I've been through the fire type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I can't off the top of my head think of anybody in free agency. We're gonna have to do a trade to get that middle linebacker, and we're gonna need a couple of them. And that's the problem is you put all of your, all of your money with one player, and you think that hey he's gonna be the guy, and then boom he goes down training camp, or he goes down during the season, and then who's gonna carry that green dot? And we saw with Diablo when he went down, when Perryman went down, we couldn't be able to get to that second layer on that offense. They were running right through us because we didn't have no defensive tackles, and they were running right through the middle, and it was embarrassing as hell because our linebackers couldn't catch up to the tight ends either. So the play actions was the worst thing I've ever seen last year, bro. That was just embarrassing to watch, especially that Rams game to end that fucking thing too. The cornerbacks out there, but no pressure, no coverage on the linebackers. I would love to see if we're not going to get a veteran inside linebacker, we got to go with that young hybrid type of model. We got to get someone that a mixture of that was Isaiah Simmons from the Cardinals. We got to get some type of build like that because we got nobody to cover tight ends. We got nobody to cover Kelsey.
Shit. If we can't stop Kelsey, you can't stop Kansas City. Can't stop Kansas City, you ain't gonna do shit.
You can't win. Yep. You can't win.
Let me look at our roster. Let me look and see. I just want to look and see, like
all eyes on G said Waller's supposed to be a big part of that team too. Yeah, that's the reason why I don't trust the press is because right before Waller got traded, 2 weeks before that, they were saying, yeah, he's a big part of his offense. He's moving forward, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, man, I take it with a grain of salt. Salute to you, Buggy.
So defensively, our linebackers, we have Divine Diablo, Harvey Langi, Langi. I have never heard of this guy. Robert Spillane, Curtis Bolton, Kanai Muaga. Luke Masterson is spotted in the starting spot for strong side linebacker, Sam linebacker, with Darian Butler backing him up and nobody else behind them. Oh my God.
And then
Divine Diablo is starting at the fucking will linebacker with Harvey Langi backing him up. I don't even know who the fuck that is. Oh my God. And we over here just adding receivers, just stocking up like, bro, we got receivers that probably won't even touch the motherfucking field. That's how many receivers we got. And we have no fucking linebackers at all. Like, none. Divine Diablo and Robert Spillane, bro, and Luke Masterson. If that's what we going with, bro, pack it in now. 3-win season.
I appreciate you, Ern. I really do, bro.
Like, oh my God, I didn't realize it was that bad till I actually took a look right now.
Dog. That ain't good, man. That ain't good at all, bro. My God.
Did I say Robert Spillane was our starting middle linebacker? Yeah, Robert Spillane.
And Butler and Masterson, and then you got Diablo
Butler and Masterson on the strong side. You got
little ass Diablo at the wheel.
and Harvey Langi. This guy is. It looks like he played for the Patriots. He's 6'2", 252, out of BYU in his 5th season. Last year he had 12 total tackles, 10 solo, 2 assists, no sacks, no forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries, no interceptions, no nothing except for 10 solo tackles and 2 assist tackles.
My God.
For his career, he has 92 total tackles, 59 solo, 33 assists, 1 fumble recovery, 1 STF. Was that a strip fumble?
Fuck. Yeah, I guess strip tackle.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we're working with.
Bruh. That ain't good. That ain't good at all.
So
even if we draft, let's say we get a good quarterback, let's say we get AR-15, right? Let's say we get CJ Stroud or whoever it may be. They ain't gonna get no help on this defense, man. From the linebacker.
None. Just fuck the defense, bro. Just fuck it.
Because, bro, you know, there's nothing in the draft. I mean, there's okay. I'll put it this way: there's a handful of them that I like. I like Ivan Pace Jr. I think that if we get him from Cincinnati, look at the tape on that dude. If you haven't seen him yet, he's cool. You can possibly get him in the 2nd or 3rd. There's DeMarvion Overshown from Texas. He's quick. He can possibly be the Antichrist for Kelsey, right?
Really?
Possibly. He's fast. He can move around. And he can also play a little bit on the D line too. But he's real. He has to gain that weight. He's a little bit like Max was when he came out to the draft. A little bit like, you know what I'm saying? He's been eating top ramen and shit, you know what I'm saying? And hot dogs for 4 years. So.
Pretty much, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So salute Pharaoh, man. Good to see you, bro.
What up, Pharaoh?
But yeah, man, I think that there's another cat from Tulane who played, he used to be a wide receiver. He's a converted linebacker, inside linebacker. But he's tall, he's lanky, he's that quick type of twitchy type of running back or a linebacker. So I think he would do cool. And then there's also a cat from North Carolina State, Drake Thomas. I think that you could possibly get him in the 7th. He may go undrafted. But
I ain't fucking with nobody named Drake, bro. I want to hear this nigga. I ain't fucking with nobody named Drake, bro. I don't get Kenyon Drake, motherfucking Sir Francis Drake, fucking nobody. I hate Drake, bro, with a passion.
There's another one. What was his name? Sewell from Oregon. Yep. Loon talking about some good ones too. There's another one too from Alabama. He's about 6'5", 260, or from Arkansas, 6'5", 260. Drew Sanders, white cat, man. He's nice. He's a middle linebacker. He's cool.
About him too.
Yeah, he's cool. But outside of that, there's really no starters that we can just give the green dot to and just bring them into first day.
You think
Omar says,
you think Jack Campbell's gonna fall to the second round?
I haven't seen Jack Campbell.
The dude from Iowa. That's what I want, is a country fed motherfucker.
Hey, that would be nice.
Corn and oxen meat his whole fucking life and
yep,
shit.
Yep. He'll go out there and play with a damn broken arm. He don't care. Just,
you know what I'm saying?
Tackles. That's what we need, bro. Because last year, man, I don't know if it was whatever. It seemed like all of our backup pieces was just out of position on the run, out of position on the pass, and it was lack of communication. So I just want to see somebody that's going to be in a linebacker spot that can communicate and get out what they need to get out to the whole team. I mean,
that's what happens. Like, you have a lot of players that are playing out of position. When your coach is out of position, this motherfucker shouldn't even be a goddamn head coach. This motherfucker leading the team is out of position.
Hey, what's your thoughts on? Let's see what Omar talking about. He said, "Let's be real. If it all goes right, the most starting players come out of the draft to be 1 or 2 players max." Yeah, man. I mean, we looking for depth positions, and Ziegler did say he's looking right now for in free agency. His priority was taking all the depth that was needed on the team and cover that in free agency, and then get the talent and the best value or the best position that we needed in the draft. What you think about that?
They got some good fucking meth in Vegas, obviously.
Omar says Dreesy Thomas raw as fuck. He's a beast.
Did he really say that we're gonna build the depth first
through free agency, and then we were gonna get the best players? Not just like, if a running back is there, we're gonna take him out of stupidity, but like
it
best player for our
need.
need. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But like if it's there, we're gonna take the best talent. So kind of giving us what we're expecting. But again, we don't know that for sure. But one thing that we can get that kind of leads to that direction is most of the signings that we have outside of the wide receiver position seem like they've been depth pieces. I just wish that there was more talent from the linebacker spot that we got.
It's not looking good for us, bro.
Lil said country fan with no neck. Yep.
We only looked at the what's it called? We only looked at the linebackers.
Yeah. Hey.
Now let's look at the corners.
So JT's here. Yeah, he in the chat.
Hey, click that link, motherfucker.
Yep. Hey, it's in the NWA chat. Hop on in.
Hey, Pharaoh, you can click the link. Anybody who has access to the link, click that shit if you want.
Here, I'm gonna get the link real quick.
So our corners, our secondary, we already looked at the linebackers. Now let's look at our secondary. We got Nate Hobbs playing out of position, backed up by Brandon Faison and Sam Webb and Ike Brown.
Who the fuck is Ike Brown, bro?
He played for us last year.
Okay.
I mean, he's not a name or anybody, but like, Now I'm not mad at that depth. Brandon Faison, Sam Webb, that's not bad for depth. And then you look at the other corner, we got Duke Shelley is penciled in as starting, with David Long backing him up, and then Amik Robertson, and then Tyler Hall behind him. So that depth is nice. It's just that are we going into the season with Duke Shelley as our number one corner? Like, what kind of size? What size? What are we looking at with him size-wise? 5'9", 183. I mean, I know that he plays bigger than that, but 5'9", 183. This is what you're going to throw out there against Deebo Samuel and Justin Jefferson and Stephon Diggs. Who else are we playing this year? Oh, don't even get me started about when we play the Dolphins. How are we going to match up against Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill?
I mean, yeah, the cornerback position ain't looking good. I just don't like the size. Like I said, if we can get some cats that's like that dude from Purdue, where they got some size, they got some strength to it, to be able to help out with these little motherfuckers that we got, these little 5'9" cats. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with being 5'9", but when you got a cat that's a tight end, how tall is Travis Kelce? What, he's 6'7", 6'8", bro?
Let me look.
That's a big ass cat. You know what I'm saying? And for all intents and purposes, what was it? Amik played his ass off against the Niners against Kittles. He got that pick, but consistency is what we look at from that position because he's gonna get cooked a couple times too.
6'5", 250. That's
Damn.
like perfect size for a fucking tight end, bro. He's like prototype.
And so who's gonna cover that? You know, we already tried Nate Hobbs. That didn't work. He down there broke his damn. Ain't that time he got injured?
Is it?
I think it was. Hey, Loon said if you draft Gonzalez, Shelly has to help out since Gonzalez is a man corner. I would like Gonzalez.
So if you take Gonzalez, then what you gonna do about the middle of the defense, bro?
Yeah. And the only defensive tackle I'm taking is Carter. If he's there, and Cansey. With that, not with the first, I wouldn't take Cansey with that number 7 pick. But if he's there later on, I would either draft up or trade up and try and grab him. I'm taking 2 DTs and going later on in the draft with my corners.
I'm not really.
Gonzalez there, that's gonna be tough too.
This defense this year, I am not like optimistic about this defense at all. I'm not worried about the offense, but I'm not optimistic about the defense.
Hey, what's your thoughts on Patrick Graham, bro?
I want to root for him, but bro, you got to give me something to root for, bro.
So I fuck with you, man. Yep, I'm trying my best, man. I'm giving him every shot.
I don't think it's gonna work with this regime. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see it through Gucci glasses, Prada's, fucking. I don't see Versace's. I don't see any glasses that'll help me see this regime doing anything.
So let's say worst case scenario, and we have another Denver situation, and McDaniels gets fired 6-7 games into the season. Let's say that does happen. I know they're talking about the long game. Let's say it does happen, and we got a dude like who's going to be next up. It's probably going to be Patrick Graham as our next head coach. How confident are we in having him maybe lead the ship, or if something all else fails and they
you're forgetting we got Rob Ryan on the staff. He can finish out the season for us. He's a great leader.
I did forget that. Yes, sir. I did forget that.
He's been around strong leaders his whole life. His dad was a fucking super alpha male.
Yeah, that's true. Buddy Ryan.
Yeah.
Farrell says when Patrick Mahomes is in your division, man, you want potential.
Bro, you need potential. You need realized potential. You need prime talent. You need everything when Patrick Mahomes in your division.
You need the army, bro. You need a whole army basically to go up against him, man. You really do.
Bruh.
Let me get caught up in our chat real quick. See what else we got here.
This is another thing of be careful what you ask for, because when the Patriots had Tom Brady and they was winning all the time, I was like, God damn, can it be somebody else win for once? And now we got the motherfucker in our division, bro. God damn.
Yep, I know. They traded up for his ass too. Swooped him up. Yep, swooped him up. They saw the talent. They grabbed him. But that's Andy Reid, man. He loves his athletic quarterbacks. You look at the quarterbacks that he's had over his career. I mean, he had Donovan McNabb. He's had Michael Vick. Now he's moving into transitioning with Patrick Mahomes. You see what he can do when he has a player that really fits his offense like that. And he's going to, keep on faking it out, but he's going to go deep. And then he got that cat that has a cannon that can just be a playmaker. But I think one thing that we can't get caught up in is an arms race again. I think Gruden was getting ready to build a potential arms race. You know what I mean? When he was figuring out a player that was going to be the opposite for each puzzle piece that they had against the Chiefs. And that was our main goal. So, I mean, that shows me there that either there's two things, possibly that, both coaches hate the Chiefs, because I heard that in, what was it? I think it was the Sports Illustrated article. They talk about how the team was really divided when they lost to the Chiefs. That was a really emotional loss. And then you look at what Gruden did. That was a very, very emotional victory when we finally got a chance to beat the Chiefs. We were doing laps in the parking lot. I think that may be a little bit of culture, but that's also ownership too. They put a real heavy emphasis on look, man, we got to beat these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We got to
Yeah.
beat the damn Chiefs. And that may be in like some of their key point indicators on how they're doing as a head coach too, if they're gonna stick around too. So I mean, Gruden was building, he was in an arms race to be able to get as many pieces that he can to just destroy the Chiefs. He didn't care about no other team in our division. We was building a team to be able to whoop their ass.
We
I
had
don't
a
think
team
that
that
we're
was
doing
damn
that.
near built just like the Chiefs.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
A
it's like,
super athletic tight end, a speed burner
mm-hmm,
receiver in Henry Ruggs, a possession wide receiver on the other side. You know what I'm saying? But we had the thing that they didn't. We had that workhorse running back. You know what I mean? They can play every down.
yep, yep. Alfredo says, not gonna lie, he drank the Graham Kool-Aid before he started. Farrell says Mark Davis is going to give this regime some time. Yeah, that's what I heard too, Farrell. I heard that you're giving them some time, but how long? It sounds like it's a long, long time. It sounds like it's yeah.
So
he said the same thing whether we like it or
my
not.
thing, everybody hates my analogies, but I don't give a fuck. So what I feel like
No,
we're
no,
doing.
no. We don't hate your analogies. Nobody hates them. This is the deal. People don't want to hear, like, if it's like this. It's like you getting on a plane, right? And you get on that plane, and you the nigga that'll be right there putting your seatbelt on and be like, I'm putting the seatbelt on, but the seatbelt ain't gonna matter. Because if we crash, we all gonna be dead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're
They just don't want to hear that.
You're stating the inevitable. Yes. Yeah.
Well, what I think we're doing with Josh McDaniels, bro, is we're okay. So I understand we're making a commitment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is something that we should be doing to a coach that is worthy of a commitment. I like to compare it to searching for a wife because that's a commitment, right? So when you're searching for a wife and you're gonna make a commitment, like you want your wife to be like somebody that's worthy of the commitment, an honorable type person, a trustworthy type person, somebody that you can trust to have your back when times get rough, right?
Yep.
But we're not doing that though. When we go out, we're going out looking for a wife. We're not looking for somebody honorable and all that shit. We went out to Figueroa and got a motherfucking prostitute, bro.
Yep.
We trying to wife a hoe.
Yep. That we're
making a commitment to the wrong fucking person.
Yep. And her homegirl. Brought her homegirl with her too.
God damn.
To live next door with Ziegler.
Not just cinnamon, we got cinnamon and spice, huh?
Yo, is that what we gonna call it from now on, dog? Oh shit. Cinnamon and spice. That's hilarious. That's what we're gonna call it that.
We got a hoe as a head coach, Worm.
Yo, we calling them cinnamon and spice, bro. Wow. Okay.
Put some fishnets on them bitches, bro.
Bro, cinnamon and spice. That's gonna make something good. Y'all heard it here first. McDaniels and Ziegler is now gonna be referred to as cinnamon and spice.
Got both of them.
Man, Dark says we shown the league with a good scheme. We can slow down Mahomo enough to win, but Mahomo is Mahomo. I don't want to admit to that, bro. I really don't. But I think the best way to get to Mahomes is what we've been doing in the past. Getting people like Max Crosby that can be able to get a good pass rush on him. You're not going to be able to get a sack on his ass. But you see how Max Crosby blowing the shit out of that damn right tackle up? Bruh, it makes Mahomes flustered. And he comes back to the huddle like, hey, man, like, get your shit together, man. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? So we need more pressure like that. But we just need to have where Max can't finish, bro. He can't finish those sacks of Mahomes. Mahomes is one of the cats that's too strong.
Gabe, look in the chat, bro.
It's an NWA chat, dog.
Yeah,
I just got it right here in this chat too.
I'm gonna repost it in the chat for you right now. Copy. Here, matter of fact, I'm gonna send it straight to you, Gabe.
Jalen Carter's coming in for a 30 visit next month, and Richardson too. Okay.
Yeah, check your Insta.
How many long runs did the defense give up last year? I'll wait.
A lot.
Yep. Big word. We disagree with your opinions. That's all. Hey, Dark says he disagrees with your opinions. That's what we're here for.
It's good. I mean, shit, I ain't mad at you.
T said people want to hear the hype and get all warm and fuzzy over that hype, and then have blind hope to the hype. Yeah, man, we've been there. We've seen it every year, and then we get
Dirty. I sent it to you too.
How many of these starters are free agents on another team now? Hey, one thing too, I wanted to bring about Dirty too. A lot of people thought that we was joking about that bounty. We ain't gonna get into all the details because we ain't gonna talk about none of that stuff on the chat. But yeah, there is an active bounty. It was real. It was real. It wasn't no fake shit.
I heard it brought back some results as well.
Yeah, we caught a couple fish with that. You know what I'm saying? Alfredo said he called McDaniels Amber Heard.
Amber Heard.
Cinnamon and spice, bro. I love that one.
Oh shit.
Cinnamon and spice. Let's see. I would date Amber if she was chained up. Of course you would, T. Hell yeah. You give head and better threesome in that package. Where's the backstage? So wait, we got you, Gabe. Yeah, we got to get all caught up in this chat, man. Damn. Looks like everybody about to pull up here. Hey, bro, I tell you what. When you get started, man, this chat gets active, bro. As soon as you start talking.
For real?
This network bomb as fuck. We hella dope, different opinions. Exactly, man. That's what we're here for.
I know y'all pull up because y'all want to hear that real shit. Y'all don't want to hear that fucking sunshine and rainbow shit.
Hey, you know what? For real. Hey, real talk. I've heard that from people. Like, they're like, man, I wish I could be able to say some shit on my channel. You know, and this is what I want you guys to talk about. I got a list of things, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna give Ern his whole monologue and just give him the floor, and I'm just gonna be his cut man. Whoever want to show up, you can pull up. I'm gonna tell them when they ready. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, yeah, you can't fuck with it, man.
Did I just see pull that shit back up and say pull it?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He tried to trick you, bro.
Ja, come on, son.
Yep.
Come on.
He's
the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, you can anybody name a fucking a worse coaching staff in the league?
We're gonna wait. I don't know. If it goes off a record, or if it goes off of player happiness, or if it goes off of what. One thing I'll say is we have a nice facility. That's about it.
So okay, let me rephrase. So when I say coaching, that can contain coordinating as well. So is there a worse head coach in the NFL than Josh McDaniels?
We looking at record wise. We looking at what? How we basing it? Just off the thought, just off of like what we feel.
As basically a total package. My main things that I want out of my head coach. I want you to be knowledgeable. I want you to be able to motivate. I want you to be able to lead. Knowledgeable comes with the territory. But motivate and lead are two major pieces of being a head coach. And that's where I think Josh McDaniels is lacking. And then his attitude towards it is like, I don't get paid to do that. Motherfucker, yes you do, nigga. What the fuck? That's like a car telling me that it don't get paid to keep you dry in the rain. Yes, you do, nigga.
You know what we're seeing? We're seeing two ends of the spectrum. Because you remember when Gruden came back and motherfuckers was laughing at his playbook because it was just so elementary compared to, you know what I'm saying, what the playbooks was being ran when he came back from coaching after his ESPN stint. And then he was able to motivate a crew, though. He was able to build people together, and he thought that he could be able to coach them into, you know, comfortability to where they can just go out there and just run through a wall for him. We're seeing the exact opposite.
Opposite.
And you remember what Ryan Clark said, if you go back and listen to, he had, I think it was DA on his podcast, and he was talking about how they looked unhappy in training camp. We started to see that. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have someone pulling up that is very near and dear to the NWA, our founder, Dirty. We're going to make sure that I'm going to play cut man.
Shit, it's Jerry Heller. No,
in case it gets too crazy. In case it gets too crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the cut man. And what opening topic before Dirty comes on and starts talking? We gonna set our own precedents. What's gonna be the opening topic that we gonna talk about?
Josh McDaniels needing to be fired.
Boom.
I don't know.
What you think about that, Dirty? Your thoughts?
About what?
That's the first question of the day. Josh McDaniels. You think we're gonna get right on into it? What's your thoughts on Josh McDaniels?
I mean, you know my thoughts on Josh McDaniels, bro. I already told you I'm not talking about Josh McDaniels anymore. I said I give him till week 7, nigga. He's got till week 7. I really don't have anything to say about him. I've said everything I need to say about him. You know what I mean?
That's kind of fair.
I said I was gonna give him till week 7, bro, and he gets till week 7, bro.
I got a question for you. What do you think about Raider fans that we really did like Derek Carr, but now that he's gone and plays for the Saints, what do you think about Raider fans that out of the corner of their eye, out of their peripheral, root for the best for the Saints because of Derek Carr, not necessarily buy his jersey, but still root for the Saints, root for the best for him, not watch the games or go to him or none of that shit, still be a Raider fan, but just, when the scores pop up, you'd be like, man, I hope the Saints did good because Derek Carr plays for them. What do you think about that?
Well, first off, the person you're talking about, he old, man. You know what I mean? You gotta give him you gotta let him slide a little bit.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. That's why I was saying, I was asking your opinion.
I do think there's something wrong with rooting for any other team that's not yours. Truthfully, I'm not one of those guys that believes in having 5, 7, 8 teams like some people do. I don't believe in that shit. You know what I mean? I don't. You know what I mean? And stop calling me Jerry, nigga. I'm not fucking Jerry Heller, bro. I don't even like that bitch ass nigga, man. Come on now.
He said you was the founder of NWA, so I was like, "Oh shit, Jerry Heller."
No, he wasn't. That's a. You know what?
I did the shit just to irritate you, bro.
That's a slap the motherfucking Dr. Dre, bro. Dr. Dre is the founder of NWA. Not no fucking Jerry Heller, bro. Fuck Jerry Heller. Fuck him.
He's the founder.
Fuck everything. Dr. Dre is the founder of NWA.
He's the founder, sir.
NWA. Not no fucking Jerry Heller. He came in and fucking made some money off some people he shouldn't even fucking made that much money off of in the first place. So that's fuck true. Him. For real. Don't call me no Jerry Heller. That's fucking insult. The way he fucking did that group, the way he tore NWA down, and fuck Jerry Heller.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our dirty, our talking. Now, well, I think we just lost our last guest. We had Pharaoh that was coming in. I think he might have lost connection. If you got the link, right, pop on back, Pharaoh.
Just lost connection. He'll be back.
Yeah.
Pharaoh don't run away from nothing. But I just came back from putting Little Man down, so I missed a good portion of the show. But from what I've seen so far, you know what I mean? I like the pair. This was a great fucking idea. I don't know who idea it was. This was a great fucking idea. I like it.
All right. Hey, Dirty. I'm gonna let you ask the next question because this is gonna be our protocol for our show. Our last guest, you get to bring in the next guest with a question. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a brother here that I've recently just met on here. I have a high regard of respect for. He has probably one of the best background setups I've seen. He has, I would say, the Egyptian vibe down to a T.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I see him eating healthy. I see him talking very, very, very good about the nation. He gets us up to date with all of the news and the updates. I watch him every morning. I keep up on him on his IG. He's very active. So, Dirty, what question do you got for Pharaoh before we bring him on? We're gonna give him the mic. What you got for him? What you want him to start out with?
My question to him: what the hell made him go with the theme of the midnight hour, late night and radio?
Our brother, Pharaoh.
Hey man, what's good, man? How's everybody doing?
Salute to you, man.
Good, bro.
All good, man. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to the nation, man. Hey, man, what we here for, man? We here to talk about Raider football, as usual.
It's a pleasure to have you on, bro.
Oh yeah. And this is the first live on the channel.
Yes, sir. It's the first
Hey,
live
Yes,
on the BK
indeed.
show.
what's up, bro?
Mhm,
Episode
mhm.
1.
Episode 1. That's dope,
You
man.
blessing us with them good vibes, bro. I
Oh
we
yeah,
appreciate you stopping by. So what's
yeah,
up,
all
man?
good, man. I remember starting last year. It was a year ago for me myself, and I remember Dirty was on there too as well. We had a few other people that popped up, so I really appreciate everybody pulling up. So I'm gonna do the same too as well.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
What topics you got right now, man? You what's on your mind right now? What you've been hearing on your news feed recently that you'd like to bring to the attention of the people on the Ernie Kush show?
Well, I mean, I'm not really bringing the attention to this. I mean, it's been talked about, but I think at the end of the day, I think what I said in the chat, I was talking about the young QB Richardson, and I want to hear your thoughts. And I think I've heard a little bit of where y'all coming from. I could tell where the chat's feelings on Anthony Richardson, but I want to hear from y'all. But I just feel like I like his potential in a division where you have Justin Herbert, Mahomes, and whoever Sean Payton coaches, whether that's Wilson, whoever comes in, they're going to be playing well in his system because he's done it before. So I'm like, all right, we just had 10 years of a QB that Max was a good QB, maybe very good, but never great. So why wouldn't you just go after a QB where you feel like there's a potential there? Why would you develop a QB that would? I mean, there's different ways you can go about it, and I just want to hear from y'all, like what's the big issue with Richardson? I understand accuracy might there, but we've seen a quarterback like Josh Allen. I know he's the exception, but we see him get developed into a system and improve on his accuracy. And you see what type of monster he is at that quarterback position, where he's athletic, got a crazy arm, and that combination where he just improved his accuracy while he was in the NFL really made a difference. And you look at a guy like Anthony Richardson, he's like, what, 6'5", 4.3 speed. And I don't know, like, I understand that a lot of people bring up the accuracy. A lot of the accuracy issues is it's weird, it's random, but it's short passes. But as far as throwing it deep, intermediate part of the field, I see some accuracy there compared to. I mean, he has his misses. I'm not trying to act like it's not an issue. He has to improve on it.
Yeah,
but
you good? Yeah,
you can't teach that he has. And look, Mahomes is going to be here for the next 10 years, 10 seasons. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, why invest in a quarterback where you feel like his ceiling is probably going to be good? Maybe very.
You know what Richardson reminds me of? And I doubt that he even has a career close to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
RG3.
Wow.
He literally reminds me of RG3. A guy who can get outside the pocket, but when it comes into crunch time, he can't handle the pressure. He's going to continuously make a ton of mistakes. He's going to find himself outside the NFL in less than 5 years. Unfortunately, I mean, look, you could be great all the way up to college, bro, and never play a lick of football you could never play another lick of football after that.
Right.
Yeah, man. Simply because you're now at a level to where everybody in the NFL is basically elite status. When you get drafted to the NFL, you automatically go to elite status in the NFL in football, bro. Because it ain't that many people that get drafted or get the opportunity to play in the NFL. That's supposed to be the best of the best, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're supposed to be the best of the best.
Right.
Well, unfortunately, some of these best of the best get here and they don't shit of the shit.
Damn.
Countless Heisman Trophy winners haven't played more than 3.5 years in the NFL. Countless. Some haven't even made a roster.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just because a motherfucker looks good now doesn't mean he's going to be good when he gets here.
Right.
And unfortunately, when I look at him, I don't see an upside to him. Not enough of an upside to say, hey, you know what? I take a chance with him in our uniform. I just don't see it.
My thing is not necessarily him personally. I love all his measurables. He's a wonderful size for a quarterback. He's fast for a quarterback. He's all that shit. But running quarterbacks do not win championships, bro. Name one. Steve Young. That's the only one you can pull out. Running quarterbacks do not win championships.
I mean, Steve Young.
I mean,
still a passer
I
too.
wouldn't say that too quick because we're in a league full of quarterbacks that can run now, so they're going to be winning Super Bowls left and right. If you think about it, like, I mean, I know Mahomes just won a Super Bowl, but he's not really you don't consider him just a pocket passer. Like he runs too. Not to the level of Lamar Jackson.
They don't call run plays for him though. It's like, you know what I mean? He's not a dual threat quarterback. Those type of quarterbacks don't win championships.
But he's a mobile QB. He's a mobile QB.
Why does my opinion have to apply to every quarterback when I literally was just talking about two?
You don't.
What reason would it have to apply to every quarterback? I'm talking about two guys. One that I've watched play that didn't get to where people thought he was going to be, and one that I see is probably headed down the same road. How does that apply to every quarterback?
It don't. So here's my take on it. I think that when you look at where I've been watching games these past, I would say 10 years, 9 years, the one thing that I can always go back that echoes when I'm yelling at the screen when we lose the game is, fuck, I wish we had a QB that could just get the ball downfield, that could be able to not be scared in the pocket, and that could be able to run the ball if need be, to be able to extend the chains. Now, in my opinion, you have two different approaches that the NFL is taking right now, where you have really good coaches, and then you have an overabundance of talent in one position. And so you look at a dude like in Buffalo situation with Allen, where he had a good coach and he had an overabundance of his talent. And then you look at with Patrick Mahomes, he had an overabundance of talent with a coach that could be able to groom him and utilize that talent. The question is that do we have a coach that's going to be able to utilize that and also not chastise him if he gets outside the pocket and he breaks protocol? Because we know McDaniels is a protocol guy. But if we take a super uber athletic talent and we put him in that system, is he going to have the leash from Josh McDaniels to say, hey man, that was a good call, you ran? Or when he's going to be in the film room, hey rookie, what's going on? Because if you have that type of talent, that's going to be, that athletic and that uber athletic. If you have a coach that's just going to be chewing him out because he's using his God-given athletic ability, that's just like having the Andy Reid chewing out Patrick Mahomes because he's doing some Steph Curry shit. Like, I just don't want to see that situation. But if it came down to just talent, again, it goes back to what my echo is when I'm yelling at the screen. It's like, damn, I wish we had a quarterback that was like a Jalen Hurts, that if it's 4th and 1, we can still go for it and we don't have to worry about Derek Carr getting hit, or whoever it may be. The red zone stuff. Woo. Yeah, we got some options if we need
automatic touchdowns.
So that's my take on. That's how I feel. I think that if we're gonna do it, and I don't know what the next, people talk about next year, right? They talk about drafting Caleb Williams. There's only one Caleb Williams. They say there's a lot of quarterbacks that's gonna be left for next season, but if we're gonna go take a generational athletic talent, I'm taking a dude that's throwing it, 75 yards from his back foot, doing backflips. I'm going back in on that type of hype. I think that I would hope and pray that the young brother has a longer career than 5 years,
right? Just
based off of his talent. I think now that the way that the NFL is looking at how they identify talent is a good thing, because if you had a young black quarterback years ago, we would be looking at him and saying, hey, that's a 7th round talent. He's not going to make it because of whatever, all these other setbacks. At least now they're on the same playing field as all the other athletic quarterbacks is with the pocket quarterbacks. And we're looking at that where he can at least be a top 10. We wasn't looking at that before. Everyone wanted a mold of like a Tom Brady type. But now we're seeing that shit can get you to a Super Bowl. When you have a Jalen Hurts and you have Patrick Mahomes that's in the final 2 teams that's left. I mean, like I said, the only thing that I'm worried about is just, do we have the surrounding and the support to be able to bring a player in like that?
And that's where a guy like Dave Z and McDaniels, they have to make that decision. They have to do their dirty work as far as figuring out, is this the right player to fit in their system? Can he be coached by us? Does he fit what they're trying to do? And if they've done their research and they are who they say they are, then Richardson is a no-brainer pick, because now you have a quarterback the quarterback whisperer. McDaniels is supposed to be the quarterback whisperer. He called himself the self-proclaimed, and he's done some good work. Mac Jones, he did a good job. He's done some good work with some of the young QBs that came up under the system that he developed. He wants a guy that he can control and tell what to do, and either that's a guy that's been in the system, aka Jimmy G, who he trusts, or a young QB. Because the young QB, all they're going to do is listen to the quarterback. They're not trying to make, you know what I mean? Like, they're going to do exactly what the coach says. And if they feel like Anthony Richardson is that guy that can be coached by them, hey, man, I'm not mad at it. But I will say this, because I don't want anybody to get confused. If Jalen Carr is on the board, we take him. We should take him. He's the best.
Okay. That was my next question.
Hands down. He's hands down the best player in the draft. But I do kind of get a little bit like, man, I don't know if it's a good look. I don't know if they're going to do it because of the situation, the baggage, the off-field baggage. It's too close.
Man, forget how it looks, bro. Do you want to win or not?
No, it's if we're talking about
not like you, but I'm saying, asking the Raiders organization, do you want to win or not, bro? This guy's gonna help you win.
But it's just Damon Arnett, Ruggs. It's just like those types of picks. We got to stay away from it until we develop a winner. Then we could take risks. It's like we're taking, and I know I'm saying this while talking about Anthony Richardson, but I'm saying like off the field risks, that shit can like throw you back. It's a bad look.
But Pharaoh, how would you feel if in 5 years this guy turns out to be the next Aaron Donald and we end up with fucking Jamarcus Russell?
I think he would have a ripple effect to the D-line and defense because you got Max Crosby already dominating like out there, and you put him and outside pass rush like himself with the interior pass rush, like that's going to unlock that D-line. Obviously,
no, I'm saying how would you feel if we passed on him because of his red flags and he ends up being the next Aaron Donald?
It'd be like missing out on Calvin Johnson. We better hit on that pick. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a corner, I like some of the corners, Gonzalez and my other boy from Illinois, Nate Hobbs' teammate. But
Witherspoon,
Witherspoon. I like both those corners. I know you guys mentioned that Kancey. Do you think Kancey goes up as early as 7 though?
Nah, absolutely
not. I would trade back if that's the case.
Yeah, like, you can get him if in probably like late 20s or early teens. You can still pick him up, but he doesn't make it out of the first round usually. But after that defensive tackle with Kancey and Carter, there's really not much to be able to pick from. So it's like, which one do you want for talent wise? What we need really is defensive tackles that's going to be run stoppers, and that's going to have another group that's going to be able to get to the quarterback as well with Max. And that's what worries me as well too. I mean, it didn't seem like when we talked about Patrick Graham. I know before you guys jumped on, we were talking about Patrick Graham and how comfortable me and Ern were with him. The one thing that I saw from last season is that it doesn't look like he's fully comfortable with what the system that he had just based off of the talent. It looked like he just said, I can't win with these motherfuckers. I can't win with none of these cats. We just gonna run the same generic defense every play because they're not understanding what I'm trying to teach them. It looked like a teacher that was in the inner city youth programs, and he was trying to teach these kids a whole nother language, and he was like, I can't do it. He walks out. We all been a part of the public school system. We've seen them substitute teachers when they walk out. That's what our defense looked like, bro. It looked like we showed up, and the teacher just said, man, I can't deal with y'all badass kids, man. Y'all, I'm out of here. So
I went to some shit ass schools.
I did go to some shit ass schools. Hey, but you know what though, man? They had some good ass talent. But when the teacher comes in, that's what it seemed like. He was trying to teach these guys, and they did not want to listen to him, or they didn't have the talent or the education to be able to listen to what he was trying to teach. So if we can be able to get just the raw talent, I would love to take Jalen Carter because we just gonna need someone that's gonna listen to him and be like, all right, we're gonna take up space and just stop.
JT said he'll take Will Anderson over Jalen Carter.
Will Anderson's he's going to the Cardinals, like no doubt though. But if you have the choice between the two, I agree with that.
I don't know why y'all so quick to fucking ignore red flags. What's wrong with ignoring a red flag, bro? That's what the fuck you supposed to do.
Right here, because Loon says, imagine passing on Carter and the Chargers get him.
Oh my god!
Where did the Chargers draft?
That would hurt because that defense is talented.
With Bosa, bro. With Bosa.
Oh my god! And Khalil Mack is still there, y'all. Like he didn't get cut or traded. There's rumors that he was going to get cut or traded, and some people were like dreaming about him coming back to the Raiders. They didn't do that. They were smart.
Okay, let's say if we take the healthy
Chargers
route,
drafted
right?
21.
Chargers at 21. Okay, yeah, so they can draw you straight up though and get him. I don't think he's gonna drop that low. But what? Okay, let's say we take the safe
true.
route. What's you guys' thought on Brian Brees?
He's nice. He's nice, but Raider Room says Bosa can't even stay healthy, and that's just Chargers being Chargers.
Yeah,
They're
neither of
brutal.
the Bosas can stay
But
healthy.
bro, when he is on the field, he's a fucking monster, though.
Yeah, but how often is he on the field, man? Like, bro, I mean, who cares if you give me 6 fire ass games? Where's the other fucking 11?
Honestly,
Season of 17 games. You gonna
that same thing can be asked about Jimmy G, though.
Hey, JT said Josh McDaniels looks like a sub. who came in
That was
after the
way
pregnant
too.
teacher had a baby.
That was
That
way
was way too much
specific.
detail.
That was way too specific. That
Yeah.
happened like yesterday.
He's like, shout out Mrs. Rogers, third grade class. Oh, he had some specifics on that. When Graham realized that he didn't have the personnel, yeah, man. Or it looked like a first year teacher he just graduated. Yeah.
Look,
That's possible.
Jalen Carter's draft stock is sliding, bro. And it's sliding for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, people are like, well, no, those aren't the right reports. I heard T when I said it earlier. I wasn't even talking about Vic Tafur. I don't even trust anything Vic Tafur says. Dude is usually wrong. You know what I mean? Now, y'all say, oh, he's usually right. No, he's not. He's not. Most of these reporters are usually fucking wrong. They just report on what they hear, and they don't really have any real specific facts. But here's the thing. There's multiple reporters saying this. See, when it becomes multiple reporters, then you got a little bit of something to go ahead and hang your hat on a little bit, right? Well, there's multiple reporters reporting this motherfucker's draft stock is sliding.
Well, guess what,
It's
Dirty?
sliding for a reason.
On that note, I apologize to you, my brother. Hold that thought. I got to interrupt you because as we talking about multiple reports, we got another person backstage. We're going to have some multiple people on the first episode of the Earn and Cut Show. And we got a panel for you guys, man. I'm telling you, man, we got some heaters. We got some all-stars out here, some Hall of Famers. We got Pharaoh, we got Dirty, me and Earn, of course. I'm just a rookie out here just watching greatness. But if you guys aren't following, you'll see in the chat, a lot of folks in our chat want him to run for president. I don't know if the Raiders or of the country, but he's Mr. 420 of the Southern California division of NWA. If you guys ever need advice on how to get the grays out your beard, you know what I'm saying, to get that clean edge up, or you got to get your hat game fresh, it's your boy right here. So with that, we're going to bring up with the question and let him continue on with what Brother Dirty was talking about character issues and about Jalen Carter. And I couldn't find a better person that will be able to talk about that than our brother, our NWA brother, Raider Gabe. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, it was good.
How y'all doing with that ugly ass hat on, man? God
Damn,
man.
Turn your fucking camera off. Shit.
Hey, unfortunately, your hat is blending in with the background. We can't really see it.
That's a good thing.
There you go, right there, look, right there. There you go.
Gabe, we're gonna pass the rock to you, bro. What character issues, Jalen Carter? We're gonna get you right into the fire, bro. What's good with you? What you think about that, man? And how you doing today, man? Good to see you, bro.
I'm good, man. Just chilling. But as far as like the Jalen Carter, like, you know, you guys kind of know like the side I've been on with the whole Jalen Carter thing. Oh man, Dirty, put that away, please, or put it up a little higher.
You mean like we are in the standings over you?
I see he likes mediocrity. He's a Raider fan and a Clipper fan. He don't like. He ain't trying to get no ring no time soon.
Hey, don't throw the Raiders in there with them.
We ain't getting no fucking ring no time soon. Stop lying to yourselves.
Nah, but with Jalen Carter though, like, I've kind of been on the side to, like, you know, where like I know the reports and I know it's a big risk. I kind of think that it's more on the side of, you know, like he'll learn from his mistake, especially because all the things going on in Vegas. So I know like because they've had this already, happen multiple times with Josh Jacobs, Hobbs, especially then the most the one that was the biggest news of all was Hobbs. I mean, yeah, fucking but it's not Hobbs, fucking Ruggs, but it's just I think if anything, this is the place where you can make him, the story, man, that the good story. You know what I mean? I believe in that shit. You know what I mean? I believe that he'll learn from this shit, dog. Especially, coming to that. Like I think the whole his mind wasn't in there, during his pro day, and the whole, he is on our board. We won't hesitate to take and then Vic Tafer saying that he's definitely not on the Raiders board, and then somebody else saying that okay, that shit wasn't even, that's not true because like they just haven't said anything. So it's like I just think it's all smokescreen. I just think it's to like get teams to like be like, oh shit, should we trade up to go get him? He might be on their mind, he might not be on there. So like I
Hey,
think it's all
whoever that is backstage, you gonna have to turn your camera on so I can see who you are. Whoever that is. Okay. Yep. I'll see you later. Clip City.
I just think it's he's just, I think right here it's all basically just trying to throw teams off just to like not let them know their next move, and that's kind of like what their motto has been. You know what I mean? Not shit. When have we known
Said
pretty
Clip
much
City?
any of their moves? You know what I mean? What I mean?
Whoever backstage said Clip City,
Yeah.
that was probably JT.
Yeah. So it's just
Yeah.
like
He
I don't know.
jumped on. Okay. He's back on. Okay.
I can understand though, like where the the reservations to not draft him because just it's Vegas, it's the reputation that it has. But to me, I just think that there's always like they're the most prepared for it. If you like for is kind of what I'm saying. You know what I mean? They've already had these issues, so I think they're the most prepared for it. I think they have like contingency plans, to where they have somebody probably follow him, somebody like have him drive him around or something like that if that's what it takes. I mean, other teams have done it. There's other organizations who've done this shit. I think Al Davis has done this shit. So it's like I just think I think it's been blown out a lot, and I think this always happens right before draft time with guys that are could have a little bit of red flag. So I think teams dig into it, reporters dig into it to kind of like, and teams I think put that out there like, hey, go try to find something because they're the teams that want to actually draft him because they want that to actually fall to them. So that's what I think. It's all mind games to me, though.
Hey, I tell you what. I gave you as much time as possible before we bring on our next guest because you know how he's gonna be Mr. Interruption. So look, we're gonna lay some ground rules on the E&K show because everybody got an equal voice in this motherfucker. Because Ern is the only one that can be able to grab that mic and start talking people. And then Dirty, of course, he's the OG. We're gonna give him that respect as well too. But hey, when Ern cuts that mic, he's the DJ. He can cut it off and cut it back on. So we're gonna have some free interruption, commercial-free conversation. I'm about to bring on a cat that we all
JT
love.
don't be interrupting.
And he don't be interrupting us, but we just got to make sure.
Before you finish.
Yes, sir.
Let me just say this. I want to give a shout out to our boy, the Raider Room, newest member, NWA.
Hey,
Okay. Welcome,
brother. Welcome.
Just don't get him involved in the bullshit drama. You know what I mean? Just don't get him involved in the bullshit drama.
Say less.
He rocks with NWA, but he don't want to be, because he's one of those fans. He supports everybody, bro. But he recognizes what's real. You know what I mean? So, give him his shout outs. You know what I mean? Salute to our brother, the Raider Room. You know what I mean? Newest member, NWA.
Hey, chat. Hey, make sure everybody give him a salute. And yeah, bro. Hey, we happy to join you. Hey, you was actually the person I nominated you, bro. So I'm happy that you're here. And again, back to our guest. We're gonna bring in. We all know who's all near and dear to us. He actually got some Raider gear on today. He's wearing a Raider hat. I'm shocked, and he's gonna show us. Look like it's still light outside too. So JT, you know the ground rules. We gonna give you the floor,
I don't.
and we're gonna let you talk about. We're gonna bring you into the chat. We're gonna bring you right into the chat. You know what I'm saying? Shooting bullets. What is your thoughts on Jalen Carter and his character issues? Go.
Clip City, Chip City. That's the first and foremost what I wanted to say.
What's up, brother?
Oh,
Did you say Clip City, Chip City?
that's what I
I was
said.
confused as well. I was like, they don't have no chips though. They got no Doritos, no Fritos, no
Hey, we
Ruffles,
do.
no
Wait,
Lay's.
first and
They got
foremost,
no Takis.
First and
They ain't
foremost,
got
Hold on,
no chips.
we are in the city
Hold
of
on.
champions. We
Can't-
are
can't-
inside the city of champions, nigga. Stop it.
You haven't contributed to the championships
I
in
don't
that
give a
city
fuck
though.
who did, but my
Order,
city has the
order,
the Kings.
order. Hey, he just said we're not gonna overtalk people. You already broke the rule within 5 seconds of me joining the live.
That was hard. That was hard. That was hard.
So,
They just used to pass behavior with you, JT. That's all it is. That's
I'm
all
not
it is.
tripping. I'm just saying we gonna respect the channel's rules that he laid before I got in. But
The
Dirty's
floor-
right.
Hey, the floor is still yours. The floor is still yours.
Oh.
Character issues. We just talked about Clip City. That was it.
All I said was Clip City, Sip City, baby.
All right, so character issues, bro. Jalen Carter, what's your take on it, man? We're gonna give you the floor. Hey, only person that'll fuck with you is and you already know you good. You gotta pass something here. Go ahead.
His character issues. I mean, everybody knows what they are. I mean, it's a big one. The problem is that this team has a history with this one, a recent history, not an old history that they're gonna have to think about.
I'll be right back. Use the bathroom.
And most important is, are we about filling our wallet and keeping stands in there and not having any type of protest outside the stadium because we're bringing on a problematic guy who been in a similar situation or a guy who still has an ongoing legal issue with a case that's not settled? It's asking a lot from a team to do. Now, is his talent undeniable? Yes. Does he check off all the boxes we want for a guy who can fill our defensive line? Yes. The issue is it someone we can draft? That's right there is what that's on Josh. Are they is he gonna be you gotta determine, is he gonna be a headache or is he gonna be an asset? You know, because Josh already shows you he ain't trying to deal with somebody who's a headache. He gets you up out of here and get you up fast and in a hurry. He just got Jonathan Hankins up out of here because he was a headache. He ain't gonna deal with nobody else who's a headache, especially if you can't grasp what they're trying to do and you're not gonna play ball and you can't fall in line and be in our system. I just don't see it. I think I would, if he's there, it's hard to pass on him, but I wouldn't be surprised if we do. My thing is if it's him or Will Anderson, I take Will Anderson all day. He's just a better player for me. I mean,
he's
I
a better player, but he brings more to the table, like as far as leadership and pedigree and all that shit.
Yeah, the intangibles are what we need since we're honestly a leaderless defense right now.
Yep.
I mean, we can say what we want guys to be. We do not have a leader. He's been a natural leader on one of the best defenses considered around, one of the best defensive-minded coach who consistently has put out defensive-minded guys who excelled in the NFL at that position.
Who you talking about?
You don't think
Will Anderson from Alabama?
Okay.
Max Crosby is a leader?
Not on the defense, no.
I mean,
for his room, for the position room. I mean, you could still debate it could be Chandler Jones. Does he have a C on his chest? Yes. Do guys like him? Yes. But when you're a leader, you have to have a pedigree. He's still developing his pedigree. You know what I'm saying? He's building his character. He has his sports camps. He's great for younger guys, but he's stepping into his own. He's not a vet. You know, and I mean, statistically on the field, he's one of those guys. But in the locker room, how does he, is he the guy that you call? Is he the guy that you go to? No, nobody says that. That was a guy we let go. That was another guy who just left. You know, that was Perryman. Guys who that would be their call that they would call. Who is that guy now that's on the team? Because nobody's calling the guys that they brought in from New England. So who is going to be our leader? Who is going to be that the guys trust? You know what I'm saying? I'm having some issues with my girl that's affecting my play on the field. Who can talk to me the right way? Like, you need guys like that.
Yeah, that's a good ass question, bro.
Because I mean, people don't understand. You gonna have girl problems in the NFL. Shit, I had girl problems at JC level. Imagine the problems you're gonna have with your family. We got a young team. We ain't got an older team full of guys with vets who've been through issues. We got a young team. So now they're gonna have to depend on guys and the coaching staff who don't know how to relate.
How many guys on our defense have had playoff experience right now?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. Maybe the guys that
the coaches.
Well, I mean,
the ones we brought in from New England.
JT, we were one of the oldest teams last year.
The guys who were
the Raiders are one of the oldest teams in the league. And then you're talking about Max Crosby, right? You said that he's not a leader yet in that way, but then you're talking about a rookie coming in and being that leader in the NFL full of grown men.
I'm saying, well, if you're rebuilding and trying to build up, yeah, I'm gonna start with that guy. I'm saying Max is still gonna be a captain, but I'm saying again, a leader isn't something you could just give. You don't give it, you take that. Like, you step into that role. Like, people don't understand. That's just something you can't give. I can give you a C, but doesn't mean I gotta respect you as a player.
He earned the C though. He earned it.
No, the coach. The coach gives it to you, so you can give a C to anybody.
The players vote on that shit.
The players can vote on it, but again, it doesn't mean that you. Still have to
look at Josh Jacobs though.
The C, I get you, but the leader part, you have to earn that shit.
Look, just because you're the best player on the team doesn't make you the leader, bro.
It's true.
I know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
like Kyle.
No, I'm talking to the chat. Like, they're saying JJ or DA the real offensive leader. I'm like, bro, just because they're the best player doesn't make them the leader.
If he was a leader, then why didn't the guys follow his lead and play up to his caliber then?
Because they're not that good.
Hey man, if you a better leader, you know what I'm saying, the guys will play up to your level. You can motivate them.
You know, one thing that stuck with me when
Tom Brady took some guys that.
Hey, nah, JT, don't do that. Don't do that.
It's true. You could motivate guys to play better. You could motivate guys to play better.
You know what came up though?
Better, but I just think that some guys just are, they have a roof, and just that they didn't have it. You know, the players on our defense last year just didn't have it. They just didn't have that ceiling.
No, yeah, people can have a roof, but they could be serviceable. We have guys who already were serviceable
with his leadership potential, because they talked. Remember, he did come to the press conference and was like, "Hey, this defense is soft as fuck. Like, give me some dogs out here, but we don't have it." What do you guys think about his potential, just from what we saw so far with him and what he's been talking about?
I mean, it's okay, but it's replaceable. I mean, the thing is, it's good on our team, but it's not. He's not a leader nowhere else, really.
I don't think he's trying to say that team is not respecting the. Of course, everybody got a high regard and respect for Max. It just comes down to what we're talking about is what's going to lead the team.
He doesn't think that Max Crosby's a leader. I mean, we don't even know that for sure unless you're in that locker room.
Look. With the Lakers, people don't realize that on the court it was Kobe and Shaq who was the leader. Off the court, it was Derek Fisher who was the real leader of that team.
That's true. I agree.
That's what you need. You have guys on the field. Yeah, those are our guys.
Yeah, but leaders lead by example. So
yeah, but some guys are just intolerable. Like Michael Jordan, you need people who like, hey, you know what? I don't know how to talk to Mike. I don't know how to talk to Kobe. You do. That's the guy who's a leader, because now he's the one who's respected, and he could tell Kobe. He could have told Shaq, "Shut up, listen," and they listen because they respect him.
Like Udonis Haslem.
Udonis Haslem is another one. He earned it.
Draymond Green with the Warriors, bro. Steph and Clay are better players, but Draymond Green is the leader.
That's true. Drop that mic. That's facts, bro.
But that's what we're missing.
I just think I think it's just like not noticeable right now with Max, because the first couple of years he had his problems, with alcohol and shit like that. But he's
Brian
mature.
Shaw.
He has done his, his thing to get sober and stuff like that. And I just think he's more mature to where he could take on that role now, especially with the team getting younger, knowing that he has to take on that role.
Yeah, I mean
Do
that's
we
his
think
next
that
step.
do you think that's what the position of a Chandler Jones really in actuality is? A very expensive lesson, but maybe that's what he was brought in because this is Max's first year being a team captain and leading a team, coming off of all of the things that he battled and the demons that he's battled in his life. So he's still fighting his own demons and setting the example for a team. And also, what I'm looking for from a leader is a motherfucker that's going. You would never see this from the Baltimore Ravens back in the day. Like if somebody was out of position, you didn't see none of that. You didn't see no linebackers not or misreading a play. If anything, you saw very, very good film work. What does that come down to? That comes down to just accountability. What does everybody always say? Max the first one in the building. He's always on the treadmill. He's working out. Why don't the whole fucking defense show up? So if you're a leader, get all of those cats to show up with you. If you're the leader, everybody should be showing up with you. You know
That
what I mean?
comes
Don't
with
be the
that
first one in
comes
the
with the
building.
respect
You feel me?
off
But
the
I also
field.
I think also, where too though, like what Farrell was saying earlier, like last year we were an older team, so it's harder to like get guys to be on your page when you got an older team and you're one of the younger guys. But now you're switching over, you're making that that switch to getting a lot younger. You know what I mean? And especially you're gonna get younger at the defensive line where he's gonna be in that room every day, and in every other position they're gonna get younger. So I think that right now is the time where I think he's going to get fall into that role where I think he's going to be a leader. I think this is Mac's year to become a leader because he knows he needs to be that. And the point where just because they're getting younger, you know what I mean? They're going to need somebody like that. I like before they were older, so it's harder to get an older player to kind of like when they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I mean? It's like I just think it's kind of that too.
I heard McDaniel say, which you can't really go off anything that dude say half the time. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying? He gonna send you some smoke and mirrors, but the one thing that he said that he's looking for, just not outside of QBs, but just in all talent, but for QBs especially, is if they have, the arm, if they have talent ability with it, and if they have leadership. He wants leaders right now. I just don't see where we're going to be finding that right now on the defense. We're going to need a lot more than just Max, too. You look at the last time we had really good leadership, to me, was when we had Khalil Mack on defense, because that brother would go out there and not only would he set the example, I've seen him win games. Say, look, I got it, fellas. And he took some teams that outside of, what I'm saying, where we were the secondary and everything else, it was a subpar defense. We had some good D line that showed him the way, but he led by example statistically. And I think that Max has to be able to lead a little bit more statistically. He was almost a defensive player of the year candidate.
He's
We
winning
can't
it
we
next
can't
year.
disrespect him. Yeah, and I think he's going to grow and prosper with it. My other question is that how long do you think that McDaniels and this defense is going to keep him on the team, or is he going to stay on for the long term too?
Oh,
And
Max.
I also think, oh, go ahead.
If he was wise, he would get the hell out of here.
I also think that Max needs to get that help though too, like somewhere else in another room. Like that's what I was talking about the other day. Like you need kind of like maybe not the leader of the whole defense, but you need some type of leader in every group, like in the
Yep.
position groups.
Every
You need a leader
position.
in the linebacking group. You need a leader in the linebacking room. You need a leader in the cornerbacks room. The defensive backs room and stuff like that. So I know Max can only do so much because those guys are in those rooms most of the time in practice. You know what I mean, with their guys. You know what I mean, the defensive line group and shit like that. So that's where I think they need to find more leaders at different levels.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I mean, you look at what Khalil Mack had too. Didn't he had Seawood for a bit? That secondary. The linebacking core was always like me and Irv was talking about earlier. That's just one position we
Holy
haven't really
shit.
discussed. It's just ugly right now, fellas. That line we look. Hey, go through that roster again, for that depth chart at the linebacker position is just
It's
it's
crazy.
ruthless, bro. It's bad.
Our linebackers are
It's
tragic,
gonna
bro.
take
But
time.
Yeah,
he was kind of a leader at that time, even though he didn't play as well. Like that fool when we brought him over, he kind of was a leader too because he was vocal. That fool Bruce Irvin.
Yeah,
yeah.
Bruce Irvin too.
So
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
let me tell you who our linebackers are. We're gonna start off with the will linebacker. Starting will linebacker right now is Divine Diablo, and backing him up is Harvey Langi, Langi. I have never heard of him. and backing him up is nobody because we only got 2. Then you look at the middle linebacker, the most important position probably in the whole fucking defense. Robert Spillane, Curtis Bolton, and Kenai Muaga.
Hey, Pharaoh.
They still got Butler.
Hold on.
They still got Brown.
I'm not done.
Oh, we got more. Okay.
Then you look at the strong side linebacker. You got Luke Masterson and Darian Butler, bro, and nobody else. That's it. If we're going into the season with that linebacking core, kiss the motherfucking season goodbye before it even starts.
But there's no way we're going into the season. There's 12 picks. There's no way we're going into the season with that linebacking.
That's if you draft linebackers, okay?
So if you get a linebacker in the 3rd round, how much impact is he going to have if he's a 3rd round linebacker?
There's a lot of linebackers in this draft. That's the one group I like in this draft.
Hey, Pharaoh, you see your DM in IG?
No, I didn't see it. But
our average age for the team was 26 and a half. We were not an older team.
What, last year?
Last year's team.
You went behind camera to do you did your research.
We were 26 and a half years old, bro. We were not an old team. We're a young team.
We're getting even younger though this time because we're gonna get 12.
But here's the thing. Okay, and this is my issue. Why we need to bring in guys who are focus minded, and one will have the respect and can command the respect, because if they're in Vegas after the game, if they have a rough game, how are they gonna get their release?
I don't know.
The Bunny Ranch.
It depends on your fucking lifestyle too.
Just follow Jimmy G. Just follow Jimmy G.
I'm just saying, man. There's too much. It's too much access. It's too much access.
Sometimes to be on that strip, so a lot of those players don't even fuck with the strip.
It ain't it ain't the strip, Gate. It's not the thing. You think they talking about the strip? I ain't talking about the strip. There's a bunch of access that Dirty knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
You talking about the boom boom?
It ain't even the boom boom room. There's specific places, there's specific hotels, there's specific balconies that you could go to.
But you don't think there's the same thing in Miami or Atlanta, LA, New York? There's the same shit, dog. Like there's fucking that shit everywhere.
Yeah, but Miami got protection. Miami set up. Miami has its rules. There's no rules set up in Vegas yet. People still trying to create things. They ain't set up like that for football yet. No.
You don't think Magic City and Atlanta? You don't think that shit's the same thing?
Hey, real quick, I don't want to.
Or Nashville, whatnot. Tennessee.
Little man doesn't want to seem to go to sleep, so I have to go and try and put him to sleep so I can actually come out at 10:30 and do a show. But, I appreciate y'all, real. I love
we don't see you at
10:30.
Like too, Brody.
I'm gonna put it out right now, and I'll send y'all the link. You guys, you know, you're more than welcome to pull up. You know what I mean? You don't have to follow the dress code. That's just me. You know what I mean? So
okay,
you know,
all right.
I'm glad you said that. Or you have a choice. You know what I mean? You can do either way it go. You know what I mean? But I will be back between 10:30 and 11 o'clock, so probably like 10:45.
Yes, hey, we got them warmed up for you. We got the nation warmed up for you.
I appreciate y'all. I love what y'all doing, man. I look forward to seeing this shit more often. I like this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just been a lot of these cities.
I think the host of the show is Ern. I think the executive producer, the producer of the show, director, is Kush, and then of course NWA is the executive producer of all of these shows. I mean, that's the network is an executive producer. So, you know,
all right, Suge Knight.
I'm not Suge Knight, bro. You know me. You was in the meeting, nigga. You already know, bro. I'm on the same level as everybody else.
You said you was an executive producer, so I was just saying, all right, Suge Knight. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta start all over, bro. I'm at the bottom, bro. I gotta start all over.
All in the video.
Hey, just like Suge Knight. Suge Knight got to start all over too.
Hey, I'm not Suge Knight, bro.
Dirty, you did give that speech though. Like you don't want your executive producers all up in the video.
No, I think I Suge Knight Gabe one time was like, "Hey, Gabe, man, it's time to do a show, bro. Hey, look, man, all this shit, bro. It's time to do a show, bro."
I had to do the show like 3 weeks, dog. I was like, "Shit, you know what? It is time, dog."
Hey man, we got studio time, bro. What you gonna do? You gonna get in the studio?
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing it every Wednesday, every Friday. Every Wednesday, every Friday, and every big fight. I'm gonna do a show for sure. Like if it's Saturday, is a big fight going on. I'm gonna do a show, and then Wednesdays and Fridays, I'm gonna do the 420 show for sure.
Hey, I love the fact that I'm seeing so much shit come out of your channel right now. You know what I mean? I think I got about 7 or 8 alerts. You know what I mean? In the last couple of days about you dropping shit. So.
Hey, Dirty, I just realized, hey man, you didn't say where people can find you at 10:45, 10:30. You just expected that, man. We got to get these numbers up. Where can people find you that ain't familiar with you, bro? What you gonna be talking about?
Channel. You know what I mean? Life of the Nation is the new channel. You know what I mean? Look forward to start doing big things. You know what I mean? It's gonna start doing big things. You know what I mean? Doing what it is I need to do. You know what I mean?
Suit and tie. He gonna be in a suit and tie, so don't be surprised.
I'm not always in a suit and tie. I'm upscale. My attire is upscale. It's not always gonna be suit and tie. I'm not in suit and tie tonight.
I'm gonna bring my bronze jersey. Match the hat. I'm gonna put on my bronze jersey to match the hat.
Hey, do what you must, man. Do what you must. It's just me. I'm upscale. You know what I mean? The host is more upscale. You know what I mean? And the guests can be whatever they want to be. You know what I mean? But for me, I'm a little more upscale. The first show was suit and tie. Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's gonna be suit and tie this time. But JT's channel is still in the cutting room. You know what I mean? We're still trying to figure some things out for JT's channel, but JT's channel will be up in about 4 weeks.
Hey, with all this controversial shit, like he would have been at like 2,000 already, but he don't start a damn channel.
Yeah. Yep.
He'll be up in about 4 weeks or less. About 4 weeks, about a month or so. Got some things to work on. You know what I mean? Because when it hits the air, it's got to hit the air properly. You know what I mean? It's got to hit the air the right way. And Brody's got a lot of ideas, and I'm with that. You know what I mean? I'm with that. So
cooking tutorials will be in effect too.
Nah, we ain't doing none of that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, baby. Cooking tutorials in full effect, baby.
We definitely ain't having JT nowhere near the fucking kitchen.
Dirty, you ready to talk about golf yet, or are you ready to release that info?
That'll be out in a month too.
Okay, you want to?
Don't worry, NWA is going to drop some things in over the next couple of months. You know what I mean? Look for NWA to drop a whole bunch of new shows, bro. You know what I mean? A whole bunch of new shows coming. You know what I mean, from the network. So, you know, all they did was enrage my fuel.
Hey, we ain't gonna get in that.
I didn't mention no names. I just said whoever.
Hey, we gonna get in that. We ain't getting
that. All they did
he said they and them.
They and them.
We can link the channel now, like I'll hit you.
Yeah, you can go live on your shit.
So you can get like 10 people on the panel. You know what I mean?
Hey, you can go live on mine right now. I got the link. So if you want to go live on your channel,
no, but like you know how you can you still have like the six per on the panel right now, right?
Yeah.
I'll like log you into my shit so we can have like you can always have the 10 too. You don't have to have that like you can put your own shit on there.
Whoever running the free version right now.
Okay.
I don't know who's running the free version right now, but somebody's running the free version.
Man, you said like it's a bad thing. Hey, free is always me.
Hey, free is always nice. The only thing I don't
like free is me.
Hey, I'm part of that squad. I'm part of that squad.
The live with StreamYard and the StreamYard live show.
Hold on, one at a time. I can't hear both of y'all motherfuckers at the same time. Y'all Jim.
I'm gonna tell you,
Gabe, what you got to say? You got to get out. Gabe over like on some scissor back here. He talking.
Yeah, like you could like say like you can do it like with say if Ern has one too. Like say you guys have your channel. Like and say one day you can't do it, you can't do anything, or like you say you're out, whatever. He could still run the channel he can still run the show on both channels because you guys are both linked to it, and you guys always have the same like benefits basically, like the 10 people on your show. You could stream in 720 or something like that. So it's just like you could get a little bit more benefits like that, and you could always
have the pay one, but you can just use my shit. You can have my login. Like, I don't be tripping.
You guys can log into each other like that, and then you can do it like that.
Nah,
here's
so
the deal.
You stream.
I had I had the paid service. I paid for it yesterday, which got my background set up, and then I was like, "This shit weak as fuck, man! I'm about to cancel shit." And I'm talking at the same time. What was you about to say,
No,
Dirty?
you
My
get
bad,
like
bro.
4 people or something like that, and then like you could even split it. You know what I mean? If you figure out a way to do that, you know what I mean? Like you could figure out a way how to Zao somebody, you know, this much a month or
like a
something like
Netflix
that.
password, like a Netflix
Exactly.
password.
You know what I mean?
Nah, basically you would, whoever has it, you know what I mean, you would make him like you would make him part of the administrating staff, you know what I mean, an administrator inside, which is free. It comes with the paid service, you know what I mean. So if you got the paid StreamYard, it comes with the paid service, you know what I mean. You can add him as an administrator, and that way you always have
See you later,
all
sweetheart.
you got to do is log in. Every time you go into StreamYard, it's gonna bring you right into that one. So
Okay.
So you could do
you
that
know,
too.
you just add your channel to it. You know what I mean? That way y'all only got one studio. You know what I mean? When y'all do y'all show, y'all don't have to go into multiple studios. You know what I mean? Me and Loon go into multiple studios because me and Loon already had accounts. You know what I mean? So, you know.
And you can like say like if somebody's running late, you can start the show on both channels, but you know it's just somebody's running late. You know what I mean? So then
You know we're gonna be on CP time. We're gonna be on CP time. A couple of them. You know what I'm saying? Justice for Dirty. That's facts.
I appreciate it. But let me go take care of little man. I'll holler at y'all in a minute. I appreciate y'all.
Do your thing.
All right, Dirty.
Be cool, man. Love you, bro. Be cool. That was Dirty, ladies and gentlemen. Founder NWA. You know what I'm saying?
To the dirty.
They did dirty, man.
Hey, you know you like the hat, dog. You know you like it. No lying.
Hey, you beat your hat game, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Bro, I gotta find my sunglasses, bro.
I'm fucking bald up here, dog. I have to have a good hat game.
No, I saw it. You got to keep it. You got to keep it spiffy, man. But you know what, though? Hey, as long as the hat game is on point. As long as the hat game is on point, man. So what was we talking about? We was talking about the linebacker position, right? And how shitty
what
that
linebacker
was,
position?
that depth chart.
I think that's where we could get better, dog. Like I think, you know, overall, like there's a lot of linebackers, dog, in this fucking draft. A lot of motherfuckers, dog. Like there's a lot of, you know, good linebackers to where I think they can, you know, give a run for the money for the guys that are there right now. You know what I mean? Diablo,
they can get one in the second round.
He's the one guy. I think for sure they could get one in the second round. Go DT, then go linebacker. I would just say go maybe corner second round just because it's thinner. I think it's thinner. Like the drop off is big once you know you get past like the first 3 or 4 corners.
Raiders
so
don't have a number one corner.
You know what I mean?
We're screwed.
I said the Raiders don't have a number one corner right now. So
I do like later in the round, say like if you could get a second, third pick, I do like that guy. I think his name is the dude from Georgia. He's a big fucking corner, dog. He's fucking They met with him like yesterday or something like that too.
Ringo.
Ringo.
Thank you.
Ringo or the guy from fucking Eli Ricks from Alabama. 2 big corners that I think, you know, are fast corners to it where I think they could be, you know, both number 1 corners in this league because they're big, physical, and I think they can match up with the bigger number 1 receivers in this league, and you need one of those.
Look, the Raiders are expecting Duke Shelley and Brandon Facyson to start, and McDaniel said this in the interview, like they're looking at him as possible starters, and I was like, huh? Like, what the hell? Like, which one of those guys is gonna be the number 1 corner, like, or the number 2? I was like,
yeah, but what about
our pass rush better be elite.
Meek gonna be depth, I think.
It sounds to me like they was just like, you know what, we're gonna stack this offense and like fuck the defense, bro. Fuck them.
Again, it's 2 years in a row.
I fucking in my thing too, like that. They even got a corner from fucking like from USC. That guy Mekhi Blackman, dog. He's a pretty good corner in the later rounds. Eli Ricks, DJ Turner. You know what I mean? There's some pretty good corners in this draft, dog, to where I think you can get, but it's just, you know, Devin Witherspoon's gonna be gone pretty early. You know, you got fucking Christian Gonzalez is gonna be gone pretty early. And then you got, you know, and then that's why I think the drop off is big. So I think you gotta go maybe second round. You probably go corner, a bigger corner, just to assure yourself of having somebody to battle with those, bigger number one receivers, dog. Like, like a AJ Brown, like a DK Metcalf, fucking. There's a lot of big receivers in this league, dog, and you need somebody like that. You can't have a bunch of 5'9" guys running around there, bro.
And that's what's missing from the Raiders' cornerback room is size. They don't have like a big corner that can run.
That's why I like Ringo. That's why I like Ringo from.
That's why I like Gonzalez. That's why I like Gonzalez.
Gonzalez too. I mean, but that then you would have to go him at 7. You got to go corner first because I mean there's no way you're gonna get him later on. You know what I mean? Gonzalez is going top 10, and I think Weatherspoon too.
Who do you got? Who do you got the Raiders taking at 7?
Fuck, man. You see, because all the smoke screen bullshit. I like Jalen Carter, bro. Like if he drops to us, if he's not there, you know what I mean. You go. I mean, there's 4 guys that I think if they either one of drop stops, you got to go get him, which is Stroud, Young, Will Anderson, or Jalen Carter. If they're not there, you try to pick up the phone and you try to maybe, you trade back for a couple picks or something like that, or try to get back, another pick in the second round or something like that if you trade back a little bit. And you still take, another corner. You take maybe Devin Weatherspoon if you just drop back a couple spots.
Hey, have you noticed that all the QBs got red flags? They all have like something about them. They're not like 100% like, oh, can't miss.
If they were all one person, they'd be the perfect QB. But
like if Bryce Young was bigger, it would be no doubt in my mind.
Right?
But then
the way fucking Will Levis still throws the ball, dog, that shit's effortless. Like I was seeing his pro day. I don't like the dude I don't like the dude that to be our quarterback or anything, but
he has a cannon.
That shit was effortless, dog. When he's throwing like 70 yards. Like,
you know what's crazy? The most unpopular vote right now, the most unpopular vote of everybody thinks that Carolina's taking Richardson with number 1. I was in the chats of all the Carolina Panther content creators like the last couple of days just to see what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just to see what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Every thumbnail that I've seen for content creators which is not many in the Panthers, you know what I'm saying, content creator base. it's like a 5 or 6 solid ones. But every single thumbnail. Yeah, man. I think Rafa got a little mask on. He go buy something else over there. You know what I'm saying? But bro, everybody got a thumbnail with CJ Stroud. They're all talking about CJ Stroud.
Didn't you see Josh McCown in that video clip where they had a little chat and he said some oh you'll find out in Carolina.
Really?
He just kept it pushing. I was like, oh okay.
A lot of the times you kind of hear by now like who they're kind of leaning towards or something. The number 1 pick. In the last recent years, you've heard of who they're leaning towards or who. It's kind of almost like clearly who's going to be number 1, and it's not this year, bro. That's the crazy thing. Richardson, Stroud, Bryce. They could even go fucking throw a curveball in there, go fucking defense and get Will Anderson, the best defensive player in the draft. Or it's crazy, dog. It's crazy.
And Jalen Carter's situation too, kind of like made everything kind of like weird too, because he was the can't miss prospect. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Him and Will Anderson were like 1A, 1B. You know what I mean? And I think that's the reason why Will Anderson's a little bit on top now, because he doesn't have that extra baggage. You know what I mean? So it's like they kind of see him as a cleaner player who could probably go in there and do work first year and still be dominant. That's why I like both of those players. I like Will Anderson, but I just think he's gonna go very, very fucking fast. Will Anderson's gonna go, I think, in the top 3, if not top 4.
Let me just take this question out of the chat, if y'all don't mind.
Go for it.
Joel E says, "What's Stroud red flag for y'all? What makes him not a can't miss prospect?" Let's be honest.
Ohio State quarterback.
That's one. That's people will bring that up a lot. But what else?
I don't think I think that just because he came from Ohio State, right, and he had the talent around him, it just shows me that he knows how to disperse the rock out amongst good talent. But he didn't win the championship. That's the only knock about him, is that he had all that talent. And Ern's right. If you have all that talent, you should be winning. You should be dominant. You should be winning awards. And there was other people that was out there that could show better moments than he did, where in those moments where he could have really took over the game, he didn't. But if you put him in the combine, you see how smooth he is, bruh. Like his footwork, everything down. He's a great quarterback. There's no knocks from my opinion, other than I did see that he took talent and he can be able to statistically make it work. But if he could be able to take that talent and win the games, is that him or is that the coaching staff at Ohio State? Because we know the coaching staff was a little shitty there.
And what's his ceiling? You know what I mean? Like what's his ceiling as a QB? You know what I mean? Like he's a safe pick at QB. He's a safe pick, but what's his actual ceiling? Especially when you're in a division with Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and whoever Denver coaches with Sean Payton. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he that really? I look at that too as well. And then also, y'all might not like this, but the Georgia game kind of put a lot of that to rest. But a lot of people pointed out with him, he never really used to use his legs, even though he can. And
that's what I was about to say.
And what quarterback reminds you of that? Derek Carr. You know what I mean? Something we knew he was athletic enough. But the Georgia game, he showed it off. But you know, there's that too. He's quoted to say that he rather pass than run, and he'll do whatever to throw it from the pocket. And then we've heard quarterbacks talk like that, and you know, Derek Carr, obviously.
You know, the thing about it is like, what's the knock that we have on Richardson right now? Is that he's too athletic and he can run the ball.
He's too athletic.
Well, okay, so I mean, like the thing that scares him off is like,
that's what I don't like.
Scares people off from him is that they say that he's just an athletic freak and he can't take a team and just use that athletic ability to throw the ball accurately. So then we look at a player like CJ Stroud that does the complete opposite, right? And he says, look, I'm not going to always just run the ball and put my body, because people are worried about, hey, if we have just a overly, you know, hyperactive quarterback that wants to run the ball, hey, he may get injured. So now you actually see a quarterback for once in our, you know what I'm saying, lifetime, we'll see with CJ Stroud that has that athletic ability, but he prefers to throw the ball over running the ball. And that's something that we always, you know, question and say, hey, man, you're too athletic. You need to stop running the ball and using that ability too much and throw the ball, be a pocket passer so you won't get injured. That's been the knock on, if there was any knock on Lamar, that was been the knock on him over the years, is that they wanted to see him actually throw from the pocket. So it's like seeing a little bit of Lamar, but he just doesn't run the ball like that. And we're almost knocking him for having a brain on him, you know, and not running like that and getting his neck blown out by that Georgia defense that we saw.
Yeah,
he just reminds me too much of Terrell Pryor, dog. Like, fuck, a freak athlete who doesn't have no fun.
The Raider fans has just been trauma. We've seen every type of traumatic thing. We had hopes of Terrell Pryor, and we had, you know,
Rolando McClain, Amari Cooper, Carl Joseph,
the fastest receiver, quarterback player, whatever fastest player always get picked in the first round, and even if they're good or not. So the Raider fans have like trauma when it comes to like picks like that. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I just think that, like, man, like if the Raiders believe in him, and if the quarterback was McDaniels, who actually last time he coached a rookie QB, he did a pretty good job. Mac Jones looked better with McDaniels than he did without McDaniels. Yeah, and Mac Jones, talent-wise,
the same Mac Jones where they had to fucking run the ball like 52 times in the game, and they only let him throw like 6 times. Mac Jones.
But then they picked him by default because they had to. Go ahead.
Hey, if the outcome is a win, fuck it.
Yeah, man, I just he said Pryor all legs, man. I remember rooting for Pryor, but he just could not pass. Like,
I tried to watch the highlight tapes on Pryor, and there's one highlight tape that went against the Steelers.
Their college numbers. You look at their college numbers though, and like percentage-wise and like completion percentage, like I think Pryor was like 63, and like Richardson right now is like a 53. 53%.
Yeah, but also though, Richardson didn't play with the talent that Ohio State did. You know what I mean? Let's put that out there as well. Like
Florida still gets some recruits out there, though. Florida still gets some recruits out there.
They do, but like not like previous years.
Ohio State is elite. You know what I mean?
Come on, Ohio State.
But 53%.
Yeah, no. But then look, Josh Allen, same thing. Look at his. I
don't like Josh Allen, dog. I just don't like Josh Allen. He's too much of a turnover machine for me. I don't really like Josh Allen, dog. He turns like the ball over.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Last year. not my type of player. You know what I mean? Like that dude's just.
He's not the type of player when he was playing against the Chiefs and he threw 4 or 5 touchdowns in the playoffs. And if he just had one more chance to score,
don't get me wrong. I think he's a good player. I just don't like. I don't know. Like he's just something about him just reminds me of like a fucking. And then because he wears a uniform like a fucking Jim Kelly. Like Jim Kelly, dog. You know what I mean? He's never gonna win nothing. You might get there. You might get close. He ain't gonna win shit though.
Hey, you got a vendetta against Josh Allen, man. What's going on?
It's Jim Kelly, dog.
Joe Burrow. Yeah, I'll take him over Josh Allen. But then but he has talent around him too. He has weapons everywhere.
Alfredo says Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen, though.
Jalen Hurts. Are we doing
if you're talking about just this past year that just happened, yeah, all day.
Yeah,
he only got 2 years in the league, and one of them is a fucking what? He didn't get MVP. Huh? Did he get MVP? Or did they give it to?
They gave it to Mahomes.
For the season?
Yeah, they gave it to Kermit, right?
I don't know, but I know Jalen Hurts though. Like he balled this year, dog. That motherfucker.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he had one of them seasons, man. That
only
they ran probably about
lost.
They only ran 3 fucking plays. They only ran 3 plays. It was like, all right, you either gonna throw it here or you gonna run the ball, and nobody could stop him running the ball.
And he's smart with the ball. And he's smart with the ball. He don't fucking turn the ball over, dog. Like that's what I like about him.
Hey, Cool Kev says McDaniels couldn't motivate a turtle race. Damn.
He's not lying. He is not lying.
But who would you say, Josh Allen or Justin Herbert? That's a good one.
Damn, I really think that Justin Herbert could be really, really good. I just think that he just needs to be an offensive coordinator, and it's Rap Cities.
I don't think Justin Herbert is a winner, bro. He got talent like a motherfucker all around him and can't win.
They're always hurt.
That's what I'm saying. That's a close one. Between him and Josh Allen, that's a close one.
Yeah, but when you watch Herbert, you can't say that he's trash, though, man. I be watching.
Not at all.
I be like,
Josh Allen ain't trash either,
bro.
You know what I mean? Because I've seen Josh Allen do some crazy ass shit. I mean, he could throw the ball. He has arm strength. I don't know, man. I just feel like sometimes when there's like, he'll let teams get back in games sometimes to where like, not necessarily they're winning like 21-3, and then all of a sudden it's 21-20. You know what I mean? Because of he made a couple of mistakes and shit like that, and he's always been he's always had a good defense. You know what I mean on the other side, and he has great. I think he has some great receivers and tight ends, bro. So it's like he has some weapons too. I just think he's always missed out on the running game for sure.
The biggest thing though, going back to Richardson. The biggest thing that no one's mentioned about him, I think that has me concerned, is the fact that he's a sophomore coming out and he doesn't have a lot of experience. So that's what kind of scares me about him, like his lack of experience. It's like you have to play him because he hasn't played that much, because you got to learn by playing. And then is this regime going to have enough time to develop him? I think if McDaniels, if he could sell Mark Davis and because I think that if he gets a young QB, Mark Davis, the way he's sounding, like it's almost like he gave McDaniels a 10-year contract. Like he's like, we're gonna give him time. He said that I signed John Gruden to a 10-year contract, and now I got McDaniels. So it takes time. He was just really patient in his words.
I think Gruden would have been here 10 years too. Though that fucking that email scandal would have. He would have kept. I think he would have kept Gruden for like forever, dog. Like because I don't think he was like had the balls to fire him first of all. And then I think Gruden would have still been here for years.
And he keeps calling McDaniels an offensive genius. So he believes him. And
the other thing about it too, we got to look at is that it just wasn't Mark Davis. I mean, it wasn't Mark Davis that was just making that decision. Before he made that decision, he took on a whole panel. I won't say the best people, but he took on a panel of folks that were consulting him on making the best decision for the business. Because most of the time he makes, decisions that are emotional, he thinks that his father would be proud of. And if you look back on this decision that for the head coaching this last go round, it wasn't a decision like it was before. He went out and chose Gruden. He didn't have a panel of people that was like, hey man, you need to bring back Gruden. He went off of, hey, my pops made a mistake. The lure of bringing back Gruden will be able to sell tickets and get people over into Vegas. I need to make this decision. It was a no-brainer. Now he's like, I know that if I screw this up and I don't have a reason to be able to explain why I'm bringing in Josh McDaniels, if he screws this up, now you can be able to say, hey, I had a whole panel of people that helped me make this decision. I don't know where those people are anymore, if they're even still with the organization. That's the other question, because the people that may have helped him make that decision may not even be with the team no more.
They
like Marcel
shouldn't be.
Reese. You know what I'm saying? I think Marcel Reese was a part of that decision making, and now he's gone. So you start seeing some of the things that if Gruden, it was an emotional hire. I think that we're gonna see McDaniels for a very long time if he's gonna keep on with what he believes in those guys.
Don't tell Ern that. Ern's gonna break down.
Knows. Yeah, he knows. But I think that there's also the other hand that, again, the people that consulted and brought him in, they may not be around, bro. So it's like, hey, if your homeboy said, hey, he's a solid dude, and then you stop being friends with your homies, are you still gonna be friends with that person that they said, hey, he's a good person, bring him in? So how long is that core gonna last with McDaniels is gonna be the big question.
Yeah, it's from what it sounds like, he's gonna be here for a while.
Mm-hmm. I just think Richardson though in the first round, that means for sure, like they're not trying to win. I think this next coming up year, like they're trying to win. Don't get me wrong, but
he said in 3 years. He said in 3 years, man, this is gonna be a great because they're looking long term, and he said 3 years, 2 to 3 years. It's a rebuild. Y'all don't like, hey, it's a rebuild. Like we can all agree that it's a rebuild. It's not a reload. It's not we trying to win next season. They said we're gonna try our best to win next season, but at the end of the day, we gotta think long term. In 2 to 3 years, he's quoted like he spoke to one of the beat writers, and this is what he actually said. And if he's saying that should tell you everything you need to know, and how they're looking at.
They're not even fucking trying to win right now, basically.
I think it all depends on the draft too much.
They're trying to get younger. They're trying to get younger.
Yeah, that right there can,
But our average age is 26 years old. How much younger do you want to get? Like, goddamn.
I looked it up. It's like it's 27, and then that's like in the middle of the pack, like number 15, 16 in the league. They're top 10 oldest on offense, top 17. I think they're 17th on defense, but overall they're like 16th, 15th in the league, oldest roster. But
that's right about where I would want to be, because you need a mixture of veterans and rookies, or youngsters.
But you got to think Derek Carr is gone now. But they added Jimmy G. But you're noticing they're trying to add younger talent. They're not trying to add older talent.
I just think they have offensively. They're not gonna like. They're able to compete with anybody. I think offensively that offense right there with the familiarity that that Jimmy G has with the offense, DA in the second year, you have Jacoby, already knows this offense, Renfro already in the second year, so and then the line with another year, under their belt to maybe learn schemes that Carmen Brasillo. So that's why I don't have like that much like a doubt in the offense, but I do think. It's if you hit in the draft. That's why to me the draft is the most important, because if you hit in the draft, that's like a shortcut, like a fast track to getting this team, back on track even faster. Because sometimes you could your plan could be 2-3 years, but if you hit on 2-3 players in the draft that are playmakers, that shit can fast track it to cut that shit in half. You know what I mean? From 3 years.
Or if you just get one solid player, look at what happened with Dallas. With adding Micah Parsons, you know, and before him, you look at a defense that was just subpar. They were a lot like us. Yeah. We could whoop their ass. Before that, we saw DC go in there and whoop them on, what was it, Thanksgiving Day or whatever it was,
with Micah Parsons too.
Yeah, with Micah Parsons, and then you see what they did in the playoffs. He took a team. If you can be able to get that division, and you have a Devo type player in that division, they can go. They can be able to last, at least make them to the dance. I think a lot of that was Dak Carr too. He wasn't keeping up his end of the bargain, but you see what happens with that defense. They did have some good cornerbacks too. They had the corners to be able to get the time. That's the other thing that worries me, is that if it don't matter if we have a good D line or what, if we don't have the cornerbacks to be able to sustain that, it's not even arguing about.
Yeah,
I feel you. I just wanna I
Yeah,
think
sure. Say something.
it's there's a lot of weighing in on this draft. I think there's a lot of weight on this draft just because it's important to this franchise right now because we never had this almost. I think it's the closest to the most picks we've ever had. That it's set up to help us out where we need help, on the defensive side. But I do think also they will show their hand early by which way they go. If they go quarterback first round, if they go offensive line first round or something like that, then that it's something that's actually it's gonna be a couple damn years. You know what I mean? I just think if they start going defense early, then they might have more confidence in this team competing this year. I just think that they'll show their hand early in this draft. That's why this draft is so important. You know what I mean? For me, actually.
I
Cadizi says Ziegler is great at evaluating cornerbacks. That's why you got Trayvon Mullen out of here. What you about to say, Farrell?
No, I was just gonna say, man, like I think they should go quarterback. I think they should try to if they feel like whoever is in that first round is the guy that they can build around. I think that whoever that is, it could be if CJ Stroud's gonna drop, I highly doubt it. Bryce Young, I highly doubt it. But if it's a Richardson, whoever, I think they should do it because the Raiders need to rebuild. When's the last time they actually rebuild and actually drafted well and built off their drafts? Man, like Gruden set us back with all those missed draft picks. If you look, I seen like an article where it lists like the last 10 years of Raiders draft picks in the first round. It was so bad. Yeah, it was like
every other team was like from 500,000 snaps or something like that to up, right? We were in the 100,000. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Nah, it was something bad. Like it was terrible.
That was bad, dog. That was like it was just embarrassing to for what we have drafted, and I've said that too. Like in the last years, I mean, you had Al Davis who was older, who was drafting just speed and fucking measurables basically, right? And then you had Reggie McKenzie was trying to get shit kind of started, but then they kind of took him off the board and and signed the guy who wasn't even ready to be a GM. Dog. He never had experience to even being a scout or anything like. I mean, I think he was a scout, but he was on TV for years, and Mike Mayock. So I think that should send us that right there, those 15 years right there, dog, like 15, 20 years right there were just bad for this organization overall, man. We needed a GM that, and I think Ziegler's gonna pointing us in the right direction.
Go ahead,
that offensive line ain't no goddamn top 10 offensive line. Ozzy, you know goddamn well it's not. Stop the cat. The only question is that a snapback or a fitted, bro?
I think it will be this year because I think it's just like I was saying, the offense. Like I'm not saying Jimmy G's better than Carr or whatever. I'm just saying the offense I think will run more smooth to where you won't have to hold on to the ball as much and cause more sacks. You know what I mean? But I'm with you though on the other shit. Like this offensive line needs to, and I'm not even talking about offensive line. That one particular person in mind needs to fix that shit. He needs to fix those penalties because when you're 31, 4th and inches, and you're getting a offsides penalty or a holding penalty on a 30-yard run, that shit's unacceptable. Dog. Like or you know what I mean? You just got a first down, and now you're putting us behind the chains at 1st and 20, 1st and 25 or something like that, and it's just. That type of play and those type of situational penalties are unacceptable. He needs to fix that for sure. And Illuminor, that's you.
And I didn't like the decision with Dylan Parham playing left guard when he was playing so well at right guard.
Right guard, yeah.
He was a good right guard in college. I'm like, why don't you just build off the natural talent that he has, and you just force him to play another position just because? And he struggled.
He got demolished at left guard, bro.
Yeah.
I seen him at left guard, and I didn't even fucking want. After seeing him at left guard, I'm like, I'm on the fence if I even want him on the team. But now that you mention it, he did look good at right guard. Maybe it's just a left guard where I thought he looked absolutely horrible.
Hey, but Nathan Muti, that might be a good pickup too. That like we got from Denver, he might be a good pickup.
They really like him too. They like him.
That's gonna be a good pickup, I think.
Bro, Raider Room, I don't care about the analytics, bro. I don't care what the numbers say, bro. Anybody that looked at the offensive line and told me watched the whole season, tell me that's a top 10 offensive line, I'll tell you you're crazy or high on meth.
They played better than they did the previous year, though, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
I just think Carr did kind of, did interact because I think he was like, he wasn't reading the play right or something like that, or it was just maybe miscommunication on the plays that, that he was running, because, I think he just didn't feel comfortable in the offense all year, to where it caused him to hold on to the ball a little longer. You know what I mean? And it caused them more sacks, and shit like that. So I think it had a lot to do with that, bro. A lot of the shit I think from last year was chemistry. To me, that was the biggest thing to me. Like the chemistry in that locker room was awesome since the beginning. I think we went 1-3, it was over. That chemistry in that locker room was awful. Awful. There was fights in the locker room. There was reports of fights in the locker room and shit like that, to where one of the persons that was supposed to be our leader was the main corporate of that shit was Denzel Perriman. So it's like, I just think last year was a shit show since the beginning. If we would have started off, because like they say, winning cures everything. We would have started off 3-1. Maybe they get on the same page. But that start right there with half of the players wanting another coach anyway, that start right there just sabotaged everything.
Right. Yeah, I just think at the end of the day, I just think that the Raiders tried to win after a new regime came in. Usually when a new regime comes in, they blow it up. They get their players in, but they actually tried to win with the last regime's players, and it didn't work. They were aggressive. They went after Devontae Adams. They signed Chandler Jones. That didn't work. So now that didn't work. Now they're like, all right, we got to get our own players. We have to rebuild this. That's why they're not super aggressive in free agency. They didn't go after that big name classic Raider free agent signing. There's always that big signing, but they didn't do that. They're like, nah, we got a lot way more holes. We need to build this team. We don't want to basically risk our future to sign one guy that might not work out. So that's what it looked like.
Having $30 million more too.
Say it again.
Imagine having $30 million more to play with, that we, from
next offseason is going to be crazy.
Exactly, from previous regimes again, dog. That cost us, this right here, to where we don't even have the full amount to play with. You know what I mean? It's like we're still playing players that are not even playing on this team.
That shuffle last year just was killing me. They just kept switching out the tackles. Like Mumford, it seemed like it started out with Mumford. His ability or his availability came down to conditioning. The same thing with the Luminor. It seemed like they just kept switching them out because they were getting their ass whooped and was tired. They didn't have the endurance to be able to endure a whole game. And then Mumford probably didn't know the playbook. It seems like something where there was a big disconnect between what was going on the field, but some of it looked like it was a bit of conditioning too. Like the Luminor just couldn't be able to fit a whole game down his, system and just continue to be as consistent as he was that he was showing later on in the season too. But I'm not sold on the Luminor whatsoever, or Parker. Mumford's good. I think Alex Bars is a horrible signing. He was cool, but he had some moments where I'm not a big on him as well. I think Parham is cool. James, just because of consistency at center, I want to see him pick up more on how he picks up on his defense and be more of a shot caller on picking that up more. And then Colton, he needs to be a leader. Wasn't he a team captain? He's about leadership. Wasn't he a team captain last year too, Colton Miller?
Did Colton Miller even play for us this year?
No, he was solid. He's a good player. Is he a great player?
Was he? He was solid this year.
That question that you have right there for Sebastian right there, bro. If you could block for 5 seconds, you would be an All-Pro every year. Yeah, that's like super like you would have to be like Anthony Munoz to block 5 seconds on every play. That shit is not that shit's not even feasible, dog. Like 5 seconds every play. That's crazy.
The edge rushers was just destroying. It wasn't the fact that just connecting with him. He just couldn't get locked up with those edge rushers because they was going so fast off the corner from him. Carr was in the pocket and he was just getting snatched up. So
what is the
half of it?
What is the average like drop back for a quarterback? Like 3.7 seconds or something like that?
We had the highest in the league, I think, last year. We was at like 3 something, or like in the top 5.
Let me look that up.
Yeah.
The average drop back, like the seconds for like a drop back on a quarterback in the league. Like I think it's somewhere around there because I don't even think it's near 4 seconds. Because they it's like pass rushers are so elite nowadays, dog. That's why they get paid that money. There's no way like you're gonna be able to hold them for fucking 5 seconds every play.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, he said fourth quarter, that line was getting pushed back. Yeah, we did abandon the run a lot, man. I mean, Josh Jacobs, the one thing that scares me about Josh, though, is that he had a lot of rushes this season. You know what I mean? He took on a lot. So, well, hey, fellas, before while Pharaoh's looking that up, we got about the last 5 minutes of our show. Then we're going to pass it on to Dirty's channel. Hop on there as well, too.
Yeah.
Hey, last comments. We're going to get that to Ern, man. What you got going on, man? What's your thoughts of the first show, bro?
First off, I just want to say fuck Josh McDaniels, and the show was excellent. I like the shit. Yeah. I don't know. It's dope as fuck. We gonna do this shit again next Tuesday.
Yep. We're gonna do it again Tuesday. We probably gonna have some more topics to talk about. There'll probably be some more Jalen Carter news. So just how did JT said, keep that same energy when it comes to that. We'll see what happens with that. Gabe, man, what you working on, bro?
I'm just chilling. We're gonna have a show tomorrow at 4:20 now. Another smoke out hour. You guys come, chill out, smoke out, talk some more shit, dog. You know what I mean? These conversations are needed, dog. These conversations are just needed just to put it out there to the chat. You know what I mean? They get a little bit more knowledge, I think. You know what I mean? Because I'm not, one to just spit out here, just trash from the mouth. You know what I mean? Just it's just I just want to give you guys, some facts, dog. Smoke out, relax, and chill, bro. And then hopefully you guys either we just agree to disagree, but the thing is, the goal is to, at the end of the day, is to get this team better, dog, one way or another. And I just think our little input, having that shit, go through the day, take just through the off season, we can just just be the entertainment for the off season, dog. You know what I mean? And just tune in tomorrow for sure, dog. Oh yeah, and
so far.
Under my umbrella, Ella.
That's Ella Random.
Gabe, how do people find you, bro? How do people find you?
You can find me right here on fucking YouTube, man, on Instagram at RaiderGabe420, bro. Just like that, all one word, RaiderGabe420. And we be doing, smokeout shows, talking about the Raiders, and now we're gonna start doing, Fridays or Saturdays where there's like a big fight, either MMA, bare knuckle, boxing, whatever, bro. We're gonna have some breakdowns on that shit too. So stay tuned for that shit too, man.
For sure. Pharaoh, man, appreciate you stopping by, brother. Last words for you, my man.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Hey, yeah, I was trying to find that stat, man, but man, I'll find it later, man. I'll just say
next time. That just gives you more of a reason to hop on next week, man.
Or a 30 show later.
But yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man. Hey, salute to y'all, man. I know this is your first live, man. I had my live a year ago, same thing, man, and some of the same fellas was on here, and I really appreciate that support at the time. So like, that's why I like, you know what? Let me check this out. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe to Raider Gabe 420, Raider Kush, my guy over here, Raider Earn. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to their channels.
Yes, indeed.
If you're a Raider fan, it's so easy. Just go ahead and subscribe, man. And like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and hit that notification bell. That's a big one too. Especially every time you go live. Sometimes people forget, and you get that notification. It's real helpful. And man, and I appreciate I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. Make sure to go to my channel as well.
Oh hell yeah,
Pharaoh NFL, you know what I mean. And then y'all can hit me up in social media. Same thing, Pharaoh NFL, PHAROAH NFL. Y'all can find me everywhere. And
hey Pharaoh,
yep,
we gotta go back to Vegas and do those interviews, dog.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, man. It was too last minute because I remember we had, if y'all don't know, man, we had some footage last year from walking the strip and walking up on people and asking them hilarious questions. We were gonna make that a whole like thing, and the audio was so bad, bro. The audio is so bad. But
you're better with that now. I know that shit.
Yeah. Especially because the Super Bowl is gonna be in Vegas.
Exactly,
and
bro.
They
do that
need
shit.
to,
I'm down to do a little plan like that, dog. We could go collab over there. You know what I mean?
and then they need to just keep the draft in Vegas. It's just come on,
Yeah, for sure.
it's
It's
just-
better than Kansas City.
yeah, I ain't going. I ain't going to Kansas City.
City?
Ain't nobody gonna go over there for that shit. Get some
Yeah.
barbecue and be up out of
They
there.
take money, they keep it at Vegas.
Right.
Everybody
They
come
don't
for
even
that.
have the infrastructure to hold that many people, dog. You know what I mean? That's why Vegas is the perfect place. They have so many
Exactly.
hotels, so many Airbnbs, everything. They can hold 1 million people like nothing.
Every
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
That Sultan was
We
like,
gotta link up for
Tupac
that shit.
vibes.
We gotta link up for that shit, bro. For sure.
Tupac
Oh
vibes.
yeah,
you know?
no doubt, man. We had a good time when we was out there, man. And
Tupac
hopefully,
vibes,
yeah. And I need to go to a game. I haven't gone to an Allegiant Stadium game, man.
Yeah,
And
You gotta go, dog.
next season. I'm trying to go catch a game. Hopefully, y'all be up there with me too.
Let's all plan it. Let's all plan
Yep.
it out.
Make it.
Okay.
I know a lot of us are trying to make it to the LA game. So I don't know. I'm for sure going to a Vegas game. So that shit's
I
for
gotta
sure.
see the
you know?
stadium. I gotta see the the
Somebody
home.
just told me that shit is nice as hell.
You been to LA?
Yeah,
The
No,
LA
I-
Stadium yet?
I haven't been to that one, but that's a brand new stadium too. Is it not?
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's alright.
It's like
I think I'm just hating. I'm just hating because it's the Rams and the fucking Chargers. But yeah, it's alright, dog. It's fucking humongous. It's fucking
Hey,
that fucking
you know what?
stadium. You get tired, bro.
You know what stadium that I want to go to just because it's just hella classic is just Lambeau Field. I just want to go to Lambeau Field just to.
But
if
like
you're
in
a fan of
September.
sports,
Yeah,
But
spring
like in
training. I'll go
September,
there.
dog. I know September.
a little warm. It got to be like what, a good 70
Give me a
degrees. Is that
preseason
possible?
game, dog.
That's one of the ones you gonna be there. You like, that's a bad idea. It sounded like
A
a
summer
good
game,
idea.
huh?
It sounded like a good
Fucking
idea.
Man.
preseason game, dog. Fucking, the first preseason game in August. Fuck that shit.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm down for the preseason thing. Yeah,
Hey,
December
hey,
playoffs.
Miami though.
okay.
Miami would be dope. Miami if they played
Hey,
in Miami, a
The only
Raider
thing I
game.
heard
Miami,
about
I'd go.
Miami,
Yep.
the only thing I heard about Miami is because we're planning on maybe going there this year too. Is the humidity, dog. It depends on
Mhm.
when the schedule it comes out, and if it's like in September, oh my god, dog, be ready to take like extra socks, extra fucking underwear,
Yeah,
like
you can't wear black.
sweating in places that you've never sweated before, dog.
Man.
I ain't lying, dog. That like when we were in Pittsburgh, that shit was horrible. Like there was people passing out in the stands because they weren't used to it. Like literally passing out in the stands, dog. And they ran out of water. Out of all things, they
Hey,
motherfuckers ran out of water,
real
dog.
quick, Pyro, good to see you, bro. Real quick.
What up, Pyro?
Hey, glad to see you
Pyro.
doing good, bro. Prayers up for you, man. We didn't know what was going on with you, but hey, man, hey, this your first time checking in a minute, man. We happy that you back. Hopefully everything is cool with you. You just caught us
Yeah.
on the ass end of the show, but man, hey, hit that rewind, go back
Sure,
to
yeah.
it, and hey, real quick too, man. Shout out to our chat, bro. This is the most active I've seen the chat
Love it.
for a motherfucker that just got 100 subscribers I've ever
the
seen.
inaugural.
Bro.
The inaugural show, dog. The inaugural show
For
right
real.
here. There it is.
For real, man. But
But that's
man,
what
thank
I was saying about earlier about like with JT, dog. Like every city has that shit, dog. Like the temptation and shit, especially these big cities like Miami, fucking New York, LA, Nashville. Fuck, dog. Like
Mhm.
if you've traveled to these motherfucking states, dog, it's like what's Vegas? You know what I mean? It's like that's for reals, dog. Like you kind of like
You know,
Nashville, dog. It's just
The-
different. Like that. There's so
Oh,
much.
yeah.
the
temptation.
only difference is that Vegas just don't close. It don't close down, man. It
Nashville,
don't shut
hey,
down. They
Nashville.
always open. Yeah.
Go to Nashville,
Yeah.
dog. Ooh. Boy,
Okay. Say less, yeah. I've never seen that
Hey,
look on your
hey.
face. Okay.
You
Gabe,
won't
I
regret
remember
it.
you was hype. You was hype when you was talking about.
I still talk about it, dog. That shit was lit. Like every single bar, like for like a mile straight, like say like a Vegas strip, right?
Yeah.
Every single bar is like 5 floors. Every single floor has live music. It's the number one place for bachelorette parties in the world. Like there's like fucking cars passing by at all times. There's like everybody's fucking friendly, dog. Like it's just
Gabe, you trying to go to the bachelorette party?
no, it's just a different place, dog. You know what I mean? Like, dog, everything's rooftop bars and shit. Like you're chilling up on the rooftop. Crazy.
Well, look, y'all. I tell you what, that was a great point. We're gonna do a travel with Gabe show. We gonna
Man,
hop up
right?
out of here. But look, man, as we get ready to hop up out of here, bro, we just got
Oh,
some
fuck,
news,
man.
man. Hey, y'all, we gonna end it with the moment of silence for
Yeah.
Pyro, man. He said he lost
Oh
his sister,
shit.
bro. This is the time where we really, with the nation, we really come together. You know what I'm saying? We be arguing, be doing everything, and going back and forth, and whatever it may be. But this is the time where the nation really comes together. Hey, bro, listen, I'm gonna let the NWA chaplain reach out to you, and this is why we have him, brother Twan. We really got an actual chaplain, bro. So
Yeah.
this is what we do, man. We a family. It's unfortunate. You got brothers here, you got sisters here, you got Raiders and Raiderettes that's gonna have your back. Another one too is former Raider Courtney Anderson, man. His daughter needs a new heart. So I was just talking to him the other day. He was going to surprise us on the panel here, but he's in the hospital with his daughter. He's watching. Former Raiders tight end, San Jose State legend. And but yeah, bro, we gonna end the show. Hopefully on some better news next time. But hey, that's what we here for, bro. We take care of our brethren when they're at their worst. And bro, you know my IG, Raider Kush. Just hit me up, Pyro, if you need to talk. And man, let's catch you on Dirty Live. We'll make sure that we pass over that info to him, and we give your sister the respect and you know what I'm saying, the moment of silence that she needs. But again, y'all, I appreciate you guys for stopping through. Hit that like button on your way out. Go back and rewind it and see the first edition of this thing, of the Ernie Kush Show. Like I said, this is what it's all about. But again, thank you guys for the panel, for you guys giving your insight. Hopefully that, again, we're going to always strive to do better and get better and better with the show. So, leave in the comment section what you guys want to see next time on the show. But until then, that was our first episode of the Ernie Kush Show. Thank you, Raider Gabe, for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Hey,
brother
one thing,
Pharaoh.
Yes, sir.
Pyro,
Thank you,
I'm not too far from you, bro. Pyro, if you fucking need anything, dog, just hit me up. I'm not too far from you, dog. Make a drive. You just need a fucking somewhere to talk to, dog. Whatever, dog. Like, I'm right here, bro. Like, I'm right here for sure, dog. Like, I
He's
got
real
you.
about that. You already know. He's real about it, bro. So, all right, y'all. Well, we're gonna end it there. Salute Nation. Make sure you guys tune in to Dirty's channel. That's on channel 47 right there. If you ain't got network TV, you got the cable, the antennas up. It's just channel 47. It's right down the street. So we're gonna go and kick back on him and get his numbers up. But again, we'll see y'all on Tuesday. And until then, hey, just win in life, baby.
Y'all have a good one.
All right, bro. Peace.
See you in a bit.